So what time do we have to go up there then?
I don't know. Early. I don't know. I was asking her that. She said she'll let me know in the next couple of days what time she wants to get things rolling. So we'll see. She said Amy and Melissa want us to go to a formal tea.
What? As long as they're paying for it.
No, we're paying for our own stuff.
I'm not going to a formal
That's the
tea.
deal. The deal is they get to show us around. We pay for ourselves, and you pay for yourself.
I don't want to go to formal tea.
That's what we
can't
have to
afford
do.
that.
That's cheap.
You said formal tea.
Well, it's not really formal. You know, like you sit down for a tea.
You have to wear fancy clothes?
No, nothing like that. I'm wearing what I would wear.
What? I thought we get to pick where to go.
No, that's what the thing says, that you get to show us around your town. You buy your own food. We buy our own food.
What about... Okay.
But I did tell them we're not doing any work because my mom's like, I'm going to show you around the garage.
We're not doing any
work. We're not doing work.
It
says you show us around town. We're not cleaning anything.
She should show us to the Mongolian barbecue place.
Yeah. She should. Have you gone there yet with me?
Yes, like a bunch of times.
No, I feel like not enough, though. It is under... They keep changing it. I don't know if it's the same ownership, but the last time we went, it was still good.
There's one by my school. It has 2.5 stars on Yelp.
Yeah?
I'm scared to go there, but it sounds
Is it
really
still an
good.
A, though?
Yes.
Oh, that's fine. Give it a try.
But I don't have time during my lunch because,
It's kind of a lengthy.
But maybe I'll go after.
That's actually a really good thing to eat, like on low carb, too, because you can just get meat.
I'm not on low carb.
I know, but I'm just saying.
But it does say it's all you can eat. But I think that the star rate is just people complaining about the service.
Oh yeah, I mean,
but,
Yelp is full of snobs. Who goes on Yelp? It's the people that want to complain about something.
Super snobs, but they're complaining about service at a Mongolian barbecue restaurant.
That's not
they weren't attentive with my drinks. I'm like, what?
That's not why you're going there. You're going there to get all you can eat meat and stuff.
Yeah, meat.
Mm-hmm.
All you can.
I'll put that request out there that may be where she shows us for lunch. And then we have to be to the recording place, before 5 because we're going to start out with
I'm going to go to that bear place.
We're going to start with the what bear place?
There's a bear place.
Oh, the zoo?
They have bears.
Yeah. That's not cheap, though.
Well, I don't want to do that.
It's like the most expensive zoo. It's seriously crazy.
Well, hey.
I don't know. We only went there once when I was a kid because it's always
like it should
expensive.
Be free.
No. It's like a privately run one.
It should be like the Santa Ana Zoo. Because how big can it be?
It's not that big. I'm telling you,
they
it's
have
ridiculous.
A bear, right? It's
bear.
Here's the big bear of Big Bear.
I mean, they have some other stuff, but I think they have a buffalo, maybe.
Have you been to there's this roadside truck stop on Forest Falls somewhere? I don't know if it's still there. This was a long time ago. It was on the way to Forest Home. And and it was one of those roadside attraction places, and they had a zoo, and it was they had a raccoon and a chicken.
No.
And it was yeah, it was on the way to I don't think it was right near Forest Home.
Well, there's some things up
and
there.
And it was seriously a roadside, and one of them, I remember one of them, it was something like Pee-wee's Big Adventure. It was some joke. It was a dog with a cape on or something.
What was it? Water moccasin.
Yeah, but there was some dumb thing like that. And it was a dog, and then and then there was
not getting reception for some reason.
I don't know. It was the most rare because for me being from San Diego, never seeing anything like that before, I thought it was the coolest thing in the world.
Just look up Big Bear Zoo, super fast. It'll take 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah, hurry!
All right, this is it. Wait, you're on the edit post thing.
It's fine.
Okay.
What to do?
That's it right there. Ticket information. This is a tiny little zoo.
Where's the ticket information?
Ticket
information. $12 isn't that bad.
I don't know. If you've ever gone in there,
it's cheaper than the Long Beach Aquarium.
Yeah, it's about 1/10 of the size of Long Beach Aquarium.
Yeah, you're
okay. If you've been to the Irvine Zoo with us, right? That's $1 to get in.
No.
Really? Okay, you've been.
I didn't even know there was a zoo in Irvine.
Yeah, the Irvine
I've been
Zoo.
to the Santa Ana Zoo.
No.
You in the Santa Ana Zoo?
Been the Santa Ana Zoo. The Santa Ana Zoo is about 100 times bigger than this.
Wait, how big is the Irvine Zoo?
The Irvine Zoo is about.
Where is the Irvine Zoo?
It's if you take Jamboree east and go all the way till it dead ends. It dead ends into the Irvine Zoo.
I did not know this.
It's up in the hills out there.
Like way up there?
Yeah, like it's where Jamboree dead ends.
What do they have?
They have some sheep. You've heard us talk about it because it's where we have the sheep where you put your arms up and they pee themselves and fall over.
No, I don't know.
Oh my gosh, are you serious? So I'm assuming it's still there.
And it's $1?
It's $1. It used to be. It might be a couple bucks now, but it was $1. Like probably while you lived in China is when we were going there. Like in early our marriage. And we would go there like we probably went there a couple times a month.
I did not know about I lived in Irvine.
They have a bald eagle. They're one of the few that are allowed to have a bald eagle in captivity because they rescued it.
They have a bald eagle.
They have here. Yep. Because these little places get them because they're like rehabilitation.
I found out today, not today, but sometime this week. Found out. I guess I never really I knew I've seen a bald eagle from a distance, but I never heard. But in the movies and all that stuff, that cry, that's not what they sound like.
Oh no,
they dub it with because the real bald eagle sound is like not appealing at all.
No,
it like sounds horrible.
It's sort of like a raven sound almost.
It sounds horrible.
Yeah.
So like that glory is like it's like I forgot what it is, but it's like just a normal bird.
Yeah. That's a really famous like sound effect that's reused over and over again.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Because they're like, oh, we love the bald eagle, but we don't like that sound that it makes.
So this is it. Like that's all they have.
You got a hedgehog, mountain lions.
All right.
A possum. I can see those anywhere.
That's what I'm saying. Like this is the weakest zoo.
Dude, they got a falcon, raccoons. They got other
raven.
Tegu. That's pretty cool. Those things can like eat people, right?
I don't think they're that big. Are they?
Pretty big. I'd be scared of it. If that thing came running up at you, like ringtail.
All I know is it costs more to go here than it does to go to the LA Zoo for the day. And
that's got elephants.
That's got elephants. This has a bunch of owls.
They got snow leopards.
This is all birds with a couple like
a turkey vulture.
Yeah,
that's it. Well, they got wolves.
That's the entire zoo you just saw.
They got wolves.
They got wolves. That's it. That's the whole zoo. They got a little bird enclosure where they got a few birds.
They got like Hedwig's is Hedwig a snowy owl? They're like a Hedwig.
But all of those birds are all in like one little area. They got a little mammals area.
Okay, I never even thought about this until like recently. Like, did that happen? Did a bunch of rich kids get owls?
I bet it did.
And like, did they all die?
I bet there was an uptick in owl purchases.
And then just like dead owls.
Can you own an owl though? Is that legal?
I don't think so, but like rich people probably.
Sure somebody did.
You know, like rich kids. I want an owl.
Yeah, I want a Hedwig.
Because like, how many kids got like turtles? Yeah. Remember that was like a big thing, and then they said like people like there was a huge uptick, and then like parents like just flushing them down toilets.
Yeah. That's where you got the like rumor of like giant turtles in the sewer and alligators in the sewer.
Well, the alligators, yeah, because that was like there was like the rumor was that there was a craze.
Yeah,
and they flushed them down the toilets.
All right, we should start recording.
Badgers.
We don't need no stinking badgers.
So they can get attacked by a badger.
Anyway, I'm not saying we couldn't go there. No. I just know it costs $50 for us to take our family for the day for a really, really, really cheap zoo.
I'd rather go to that other place in Irvine.
The Irvine Zoo? We do need to go out there sometime.
That other place. What was that place? Kid City?
Oh, Pretend City?
Yeah, that place is awesome.
Yeah. We should go to the Irvine.
That was like the best thing ever because I drove by it every day at work. I'm like, I really want to go to that. So I told you, I'm like, Phil, there's this place in Irvine called Pretend City.
Like, oh, we'll go there.
So bring your kids so I can go.
The best though is you showing up after us and they're like, sir,
yeah,
you know someone here?
They like made me like they had to escort me to where you guys were.
Yeah, come meet you or something.
We know this man. Well, I was just listening to there was an episode of what was it? Oh, Harmontown. I think somebody else talked about this. I think Mark Bolton or somebody talked about the Doughboys podcast where they like review fast food restaurants.
Okay.
And like they're like kind of fat. So one of them's skinny, one of them's a former fat, and then one of them's a current fat.
Okay.
But they were talking about where was I going?
I don't know.
What were we talking about before?
Zoo? Pretend City?
Pretend City. So
Okay.
they were talking about they just did one on Chuck E. Cheese.
Okay.
And so they had to go to Chuck E. Cheese as a grown adult, like by themselves.
Like stamps
And
as they go
now they said they have like a wristband system, so like your whole party has the same color wristband, and like so you don't like leave with like another like this
they
whole
did stamps for a while. But
yeah.
that seemed,
but
like,
now they have
spotty.
full on wristbands, and like they said like Justice themselves, they like immediately were like we were being watched.
Yeah.
Like all the time. And they said like it was just sad. Like you go in there now and like all the animatronics are so old and like falling apart that's like it's louder than the music. So that's all it's just like really loud.
And then a lot of times the speakers are blown, so you just hear the music real crackly. We don't go to Chuck E. Cheese. If we're gonna do that, we go to John's Incredible Pizza because it's better food and there's like actual
it's
fun
so
stuff to
great.
do.
But yeah, and he was like, yeah, immediately we were like the whole time like we have to leave, get out of here. Like we don't.
Did they eat the food?
There. Yeah,
because it's horrible.
Oh yeah,
the pizza's horrible.
Yeah,
John's Incredible Pizza is good.
John's Incredible Pizza is a place I usually eat at on a regular basis.
Yeah,
it's really good.
All right, we should record.
Should record because I gotta go to bed.
Oh, you got an anonymous from Canada.
Yeah. Hold on.
Ooh, while you're getting it set, I was thinking if we do the thing on Sunday and then record again on Monday, we should do our other Kickstarter bonus one afterwards because that's only a half an hour. So it would be like a shorter recording time still.
Okay.
If it works,
Yeah.
If we're like beat from it before,
no, you're right.
But that might be a good chance to do it.
Idea because we gotta do it.
And it's shorter,
Yeah.
So because we could just do like half an hour.
All right.
Cool.
Check 1.
Check 2.
Testing. Yeah.
That's good.
Check 1.
Check 2.
Testing.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Radio BrendoMan. I'm Brendan Creecy.
And I'm Phil Vecchio.
And we are here on a Monday night.
Yes, we are.
And we were just talking about, what were we talking about?
Zoos and stuff.
Oh, yeah, because we were talking about, we're going up to Big Bear.
Yep, this weekend.
And for some reason, I think I'd gotten some email thing or something about the Big Bear was having like a bear exhibit.
Yeah,
for the summer, something. But then we were like, you're showing me how sad and pathetic the Big Bear Zoo is.
It's not as much, I guess, as I remembered
it.
They're
on the featured page. They have a raccoon,
and a possum.
Like those are things that are like I can go outside my house.
Yes, you can scare one out of your driveway for free. I don't know. I mean,
but they do have a bald eagle and an Arctic fox.
They do. Did he even have a bear on there?
Yeah.
Okay, but it didn't have buffalo. They used to have bison.
They ate them probably.
Maybe so. They make good burgers.
Delicious.
It's just not. I mean, every time I've gone, and I've only gone like 2 or 3 times in my life, and I grew up in Big Bear. Yeah. I go in and I'm like, oh, I paid $12 for this, or it's like.
Well, they're talking about like smaller zoos.
So I was telling you the Irvine one.
I didn't even know there was an Irvine Zoo.
Yeah, there's like a big. It's part of the regional park, maybe I want to say.
Big?
No, it's tiny. It's a little bigger than the Big Bear one.
Enclosures?
But it has enclosures. It has the big attraction. Janelle and I used to go to it like fairly regularly.
Stand?
They have like vending machines. In the park, they do. They have like an ice cream thing and stuff. But they have sheep there, and they're like, I don't know if it's a special kind of, maybe all sheep do this, but these ones we kind of discovered by accident. If you raise your hands up, like both your hands over your head, they like freeze and pee themselves and then fall over.
What?
Yeah.
Is that like they're trained to, is that like
no? I think
is that like when the people come to like shear them? They know
to
do that,
or maybe it's like
they think you're a wolf.
They play dead.
They think you're a wolf.
I don't know, but they will freeze and pee themselves and sometimes fall over. So we would just go there. It's probably mean to do it to them. Just raise your arms up.
Like, oh no, the people
they're raising their hands.
We did it like make us pee.
We just kind of discovered it by I don't know for whatever reason. I raised my hand one time and And we're like, what just happened?
That's so weird.
So that's like the big attraction there. When we were first married, it was $1 per person to get in there. It might be up to $2 or $3 now, but that's about what it's worth.
Man,
they have a small reptile area. They have a bald eagle,
like an indoor reptile house.
No, it's a building, but it's like around the outside of it. But
reptile house is so cool. That was always like my favorite place.
Yeah, that and the bugs. I always like the bugs.
Bugs, and then like the cool fish. Like if they had like at SeaWorld, and then at Birch Aquarium, that was like where we always went. In San Diego, my dad actually helped design some of the tanks, so we got to go for free. And when they moved, because they used to be like in a really small building, and then they moved. It's still there. You guys should go. Have you ever been to La Jolla?
I've been to San Diego
Point Loma. Well, I think it's in Point Loma, but it's the Point Loma area. You should look it up. Birch Aquarium. But anyways, I always like if they had like some of like the deep sea fish.
Yeah.
Some of the places do.
Long Beach has some of that.
And seahorses are always fascinating.
Yep.
Except I've eaten one now.
Oh gosh. You probably feel guilty every time you see them now.
It's weird. Because like it was disgusting.
I was gonna say that can't taste good. I've seen video of them because they serve them on like a stick, right?
That I had that, and I had some because I had to scorpions.
See, a bug. I mean, I would try. I've eaten like ants, like when they have the little candied ants.
Well, have you had like the chicharrones? Like you get like the Oaxacan food that's like the crickets.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried it a couple times.
You had like the quesadilla with like the ground up crickets, and they don't tell you.
No, I mean not that I know of anyway.
Well, you eat Oaxacan food, you probably have had some bugs.
Possible. It doesn't.
But it's so good.
It doesn't bother me. Like intellectually, I know it's fine and it's protein.
Justin got me into it.
It's a little weird. But
there's like a big movement trying to like get more bugs into like the more.
It makes sense
as like our whole food industry is like collapsing and can't sustain itself.
Like a ground up bug is no more gross than like a chemical.
I don't know though. It's still just by telling me this is a bug, like
yeah. But if you don't know,
if you but like maybe our generation isn't gonna be, but like I feel like maybe your grandkids they can eat bugs because you just don't tell them.
Yeah. Well, because you look on like a bottle of anything, you look at the ingredients, and there's half the stuff you don't know what it is anyway.
Oh, yeah. Well,
so if they just make a scientific name for bug stuff,
yeah, but you can't tell anybody. They should probably just introduce it secretly. Yeah. Like it's like Jack in the Box when you found out that like those tacos are like
meat.
Yeah. They didn't tell anybody, but then you're good. Like, you know what? It's what makes them the tacos that they are.
Yeah.
They're a whole other thing. Like
it's not a taco like a real taco.
Yeah.
But I love those.
The Jack in the Box and Burger King tacos, that's like a whole other level.
Yeah.
That's also like Marty DeRosa talked about, like that's like advanced fast foodness. Like if you're at that level where you're eating those tacos.
Oh, and let me tell you, I've been in phases where that was like a staple.
Oh, yeah.
Because $1 for 2 tacos. I mean, nothing will ever beat though going to that your Jack in the Box down in San Diego. And you're like, you guys, we got to go to this Jack in the Box because they have like student Cokes.
And we're
like, what are you talking? There's no such thing. No, you get student Coke.
If you spend $2,
you get a free Coke.
So you get because this was back when Jumbo Jacks were $1. So you get
or
2
the chicken
tacos
sandwiches.
And a Jumbo Jack or a chicken sandwich and a student Coke for $2.
And then and we're like, you kept trying to convince us. We're like, no, you're a liar. And you're like, just go up. And we're like, no, we're not going to do it. And then you walked up and you're all student Coke. And they're like, oh, here you go. And we're like, that actually works. And then like we stopped there every time we drove by.
Because for $2, that's a lot. Like when you're like
college budget, that's awesome.
It's like you get 3 items plus a drink, a refillable drink.
Yep.
Like that goes a long way.
I always get the chicken sandwich.
I do like chicken sandwich because here's the trick. My friend Sherry taught me this. You eat the tacos first, and then you eat the chicken sandwich, and it's like a spicy chicken sandwich. You don't pay for a spicy chicken sandwich because it's expensive. So you eat the tacos.
Well, see,
you have the taste.
I always do it similar, but I like to sandwich it. I get a taco, I eat the taco, then I eat the chicken sandwich, but I like to put barbecue sauce on it. Then I eat the second taco.
So I like to keep it spicy.
I don't know. I like to alternate.
I like to keep it spice.
One way or another.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Okay.
Since we're talking about fast food. Okay. So like when you're getting like if you get like an assortment of things, do you like rank your items and you save like the biggest item for like your main course, or do you finish off like let's say you're like a Del Taco for instance, and you get like a half pound and then like you get your signature burrito and like a taco. do you like? So like I'll start like with the taco and then work my way up to where it's like the half-pound burrito and then the signature item.
Okay, maybe not based on size, but no matter what I
like
eat,
price.
I always space it out by like leave my favorite for last.
Okay,
I always
that's what I mean. Like,
so I mean,
the main event, the main attraction, but you don't finish off with like a regular hamburger or a plain taco.
No,
I
definitely, but I eat all my food that way for sure. Like,
oh yeah.
I mean, I always like if I really like, you'll see when I have like sides. If I really like a side, I'll eat the entire side before I get to the main part because I want to eat it. Also, French fries. I eat all the French fries.
I eat all of my French fries immediately.
Those are not good afterwards.
Yeah, I'm not that kind of guy. Yep. Like I will eat all my fries before I touch any of my other food.
Yep. So,
like I'm always fries first.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing.
Okay, just want to make sure that that's something.
Even sometimes with like if you're having a marshmallow-based cereal, I like to eat the brown parts first and then save like just spoonfuls of cereal at the end. Sometimes I don't have the self-control to do it, but sometimes there's nothing like a whole mouthful of just marshmallows.
Oh yeah.
Matt Moss used to do that at BioLife. It takes a lot of self-control. But now, like the modern ones, because old like Lucky Charms, the brown parts are just like cardboard. But like good cereals that have marshmallows, like the brown parts are sweet now too. So,
well, like I think about the Halloween cereals.
Yeah.
It's coming up.
I haven't really eaten carbs in a while, so all this is just making me like.
Well, now I'm thinking about like cereal bar at Biola and how like I wish.
Oh my gosh, those giant cereal bars they had.
Oh, dude, because like they have it at Queenview, but it's expensive.
Yeah, but we went down to Eagle's Nest. They would have them in there.
Dude, that cereal bar, you could always depend on the cereal bar, and if it was Golden Grams.
Oh like, yes, that's right. They did like other cereals. They did Lucky
out.
Charms ones.
Well, I remember like Jonathan and I every day it was more Jello because they would alternate. Like some days we'd have Jello, some days we wouldn't. Some days you have Golden Grams, some days you don't.
Right.
So we'd always put Jello, Golden Grams, like Jello single the comment
Golden Grams
board
was a must if
like
it was
the comment because we had like this giant board and people would just like they would actually listen because like I remember people for like a week just kept putting up chicken and waffles, and we got chicken and waffles, and it was the best thing ever. I ate so much chicken and waffles.
That cafeteria was golden
because
we just didn't know what we had while we had it. I don't think
we had a donut machine.
Yeah, scoop ice cream and soft serve.
Slurpees,
like Slurpee machine.
I had to have a personal trainer after my freshman year because of that scoop ice cream.
Yep.
Every meal,
and I just started every meal with a bowl of cereal.
Machine, and then
regardless
bowl
of what
cereal,
it was.
And at lunch we had a sandwich bar.
So then I have a bowl of cereal, sandwich bar, plus whatever the hot thing was.
And like if it was like I remember one night it was because we had like really good food and like there was like carne asada tacos. Remember, and it was like street tacos. And I remember, I don't know if it was a formal contest or whatever, but we were all just like. We stayed there for like at least 2 hours just eating tacos until they ran out of like all the stuff, like out of everything. They were like, no, like we ate, like I ate so many tacos.
Then I look at
because they would give them 3 at a time, and then they kept trying to just give us one after that. I remember like, no, give me
one more. Paid for this meal, all you can eat. Compare that then to like my brother's experience at his school cafeteria, and like. He was trying to eat healthy and he just wanted to have like some fresh fruit and they had strawberries and so he grabbed some and they came over and like slapped him out of his hand like no it's like garnish, you're not allowed to eat that, and he's like there's no fruit to eat, and they're like you can't eat that, and they took it and threw it away in front of him.
At Central, what I actually tried to be, I don't know if you remember this, it was the summer I was back here, I was working up in Sacramento. But I think I might have come down here and visit when I was vegetarian for like a whole summer because Mike was vegetarian and like I was living in Mike's and I actually was doing it, and then I went back to school in Missouri where it was like home cooked food and they were like the salad bar was only every other day and then like everything even like it was like gravy on everything and like this and like. I made it like a week, and then I'm like, I can't even do it. Like,
oh man!
But it's a miracle I had died because it was like biscuits and gravy, hash browns now it's just breakfast, and then like fried chicken at least twice a week, and like just country fried steak, just every fried because it was like grandma's cooking because it was two old ladies ran our whole cafeteria and they had I remember I watched them do it because on fried chicken day they had these they were like these rolls and they seriously just took a brush like brushed the butter on it like with a brush and they were you just sit there with these rolls like
man.
We just can't stop talking about food.
I know. Because now I'm thinking of the mashed potatoes, like Sunday brunch. I'm sure I've talked about that before.
Well, that was, I think it was one of the times the most I got mad at you was because we went to this, because you were always like, you were like a total church hopper.
Yeah.
You're always trying to find the new like church that we would all like and which doesn't exist. You really were bent on finding it.
We found some like momentary spots.
But like so, and you were just really bent on like finding a place that I felt comfortable, and so you would wake me up, and I remember there was one time where I'm like, I'll go as long as we can get back for brunch, because like at Biola we didn't have breakfast on Sundays.
Yeah.
It was just brunch. So and then so it was like breakfast food. It was like waffle bar plus mashed potatoes and turkey
and gravy
and everything. Plus omelet bar.
Yeah, omelet bar on Sunday.
Dude. So, like, I'll do whatever you want to do as long as we can get back. And one time, we went to one, and it was like was it the Quaker one? It was something.
Oh, I took you to some weird places.
Well, I know we went to at least, because for some reason, there's like 3 Quaker churches in La Mirada.
Well, I took you to one Spanish church too, if I remember correctly.
I think, I just remember we went to one.
They went on like super late.
We went to something that went like crazy late, and I'm like, and I kept going like mashed potatoes, and we missed. I remember running up there, just like pounding on the door.
Now, but even on the times when we did get there in time, though, there's nothing. I remember so distinctly. It's quiet in church, and you lean out. You're like 5 people down the road from me, and you're like, Phil. I'm like, what? And you're like, mashed potatoes, dude. And I'm like, yeah, that's going to be good. It's like you're just dreaming of it, sitting there like, that's what got you through. Mashed potatoes, dude.
Man, that was such a weird time. I remember we went to like some college group.
Yeah.
And like we went mini golfing with them.
Yeah,
went over to these people's house and watched girls play blank, and then we never
talked to them again.
Ever again. I'm like, did they just like be like, what happened to those dudes?
I guess because I feel like we did 2 things. Like we went miniature golfing, and then another time we went.
I thought it was all the same night. I think it was all one long, because I thought we really hit it off, but then we like never followed up.
Or I was down in Santa Ana.
Did something happen at the house where we were like, that's a deal breaker?
I don't know. I can't remember now.
Because
I remember they were talking about like projecting movies for some reason. They were going to get a projector and watch a movie. And we're like, yeah, that'll be cool. And then we just never did.
I just remember I'm like, oh, these guys are cool. These are normal people, because they were like Cal State Fullerton people.
Yeah.
And then we just never ever.
I don't remember why. I'm probably mixing a couple, because we tried a bunch of college groups too, and that's like
college groups.
That's a losing proposition. I've never, because is it a youth group? Is it an adult thing? Are we kids? Are we adults? What's happening?
I had a pretty cool group in Wisconsin. That might be because I was in Wisconsin and I had nothing else going on. And also, like, the leader of the group was, like, no joke, like, supermodel gorgeous. Her name was Sarah Cry. I will never forget her, because she was the children's minister, and like, she was like, seriously, like, model, like Superman. She was like the nicest girl, and she's the girl. I mean, you know this story. I don't know if I've ever told you the entire story.
Okay.
So like, it's also funny because there was like a bunch of dudes in our college group, and then I later, like, I remember one time just all sitting around, and one of them's like, all right, since it's just us gentlemen here, like, we're all here because of Sarah, right? And like a bunch of us are like, no, and then like half the dudes are like, yeah, that's the only reason why I'm here. But I was convinced. I'm like, no, I'm gonna outlast all these dudes. Like I'll like live in that friend zone forever. And then like these dudes are all gonna just, it's a marathon. Like they're gonna be done. And sure enough, like a bunch of them like just stopped coming, stopped hanging out. And I'm like, no, I got this. And plus, like, she was cool and we were friends. But I was convinced. I'm like, this is gonna happen. And so my mom and of course this is my mom was the one that introduced us. So like Gail is like in the background, like
that's
trying
a Yenta, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's very much. And it was, but like this time I was kind of like open to it because again, this girl, she was like everything. She's great. So my mom and one of her, like, again, like things aren't really progressing. So my mom is like, all right, it's time for a patented, like, Brendan Creecy bold gesture that never, and I even told her, so I'm like, yeah, these never work ever. They always lead to horrible things happening and me feeling like horrible, crying in a bathroom, crying historically. And so she's like, no, I got a plan. For your birthday, I'm going to get you. So she got me Jerry Seinfeld tickets.
I remember that.
Which these are like $150 a piece tickets. Like orchestra. Yeah. Like these are like prime tickets in Madison. She's like, she can't say no. And this is it. You're going to go. You're going to sweep her off your feet. This is a big deal because my mom it's like the nicest thing my mom has ever done for me. And it's like the first time she ever got me something that like I actually like. I mean, my mom got me Marmaduke books, so like
those have paid off nicely.
Not that she's a great gift giver. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just being a jerk.
You've gotten good stuff.
But this was pretty incredible.
Okay.
So
one of the greats.
So I asked Sarah and she says no. And then I noticed that like she's been spending a lot of time with the other guy, the other leader of our group, the dude leader, Chris. Yeah. And to wrap up that story, later they found out they were like doing it. And
well,
but it was kind of this big scandal, of course, because it was in the church.
Right.
But it was weird. And then that got real weird. But it was I don't know. I hope I haven't looked them up on Facebook. I hope they're married and they're happy and they have kids because she's really cool. But the Seinfeld story. So then this is real bad. This is where like there was this other girl in the group. So then I like asked her,
going down
and
the
then
ranks now.
and then this was shoot. I was gonna share this article with you.
Okay.
Because somebody on Facebook that I know like was talking about it. Who the I Kiss Dating Goodbye guy?
Oh yeah, what's that guy?
Josh something.
I can't remember. But
well,
yeah,
he found an article and he found a current interview with him where he like regrets because all the damage that it caused. Yeah. Because so we know many casualties of this. Yeah. So this was his new book had come out, the courtship one, yeah. Which was even worse.
He's a crazy person.
Crazy
and people
person.
That were crazy were like,
but this was like one of the big Christian fads, which is about not dating and like not like kissing people,
but it also just blanketly gave people an excuse to like harshly turn down other people.
Okay, yeah, oh yeah. So again, I thought I was past all this, and so like I'm an adult now, I'm maturing, like. Things are gonna change for me. I can feel it, and like I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm still stupid. So this other girl, Katie, I'm like, hey, do you want to go? And she's like, well, what did she say? It's from the second book. Did you read the second one?
I didn't read either of them, but I heard plenty about it.
So she said like, I want to guard your heart.
Yeah, I read. Yep.
So we're gonna not do any of that. And I'm
my heart's fine. Let's go see Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, I'm like, do you understand? It's sold out. Like, don't you? Come on.
So who did you wind up going with?
I ended up going with this dude from the group that's like, I like Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh, there you go.
And his dad was the local dentist, and he hooked me up with some discount,
some dental
dentistry, and he was like this guy. He was in he went to UW, University of Wisconsin, and he worked in a lab, like doing cool like research and stuff, and We have like rats, so he took me in the lab and showed me like all this cool.
That's cool.
They weren't like torturing them. It was like they were doing like it was like some crazy like mind control stuff. I don't know. It wasn't like bad like torturing.
Good mind control. Right?
But no, like cool rat experiments.
Humane.
Yes.
Okay.
They're very big on that because like I don't know, people don't realize, but like Madison's like one of the most like super liberal places in the world.
Right.
So they like everything's like very. They were like, but it was cool, and I got to like hold the lab rat.
That's cool.
And it was like intelligent.
Did he speak to you?
He was like,
hey, Brendo,
what's up?
give me some cheese.
No, but he did. I did watch him do like his little maze
That's
thing
cool.
and stuff, and that's why I don't know what we were talking about.
I don't know, Seinfeld.
Girls.
Tickets. There was a reason.
Girls.
There's a trail of thought there. But you know where it should lead us next is we should read some reader mail.
We should. We got one from Anonymous from Canada.
Yeah.
Of Popsicles and Mandarin Orange Show fame.
He's still anonymous on this show. I ruined it on our show, but
well, he didn't have to ruin it on this show.
Good. I've learned my lesson now.
I wanted to send this to Popsicles to encourage Benson to up his game, but you guys haven't recorded in a really long time. I know.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with that.
We're like the care of.
I guess I should
stuff to Popsicles care of.
Probably should text Derek, but like it's like his thing, and I just haven't heard from him.
Yeah.
Everybody's busy. Derek's doing stuff. I don't know. Okay, so he says Benson was complaining about how long the marathon before the next Marvel movie would be. And I wanted to tell you about the marathon that my friends and I used to do at the end of every semester back in university. We called it the Marathon of Marathons. The first one was all 10 Star Treks, which almost broke us.
Dang, that's a lot.
Next semester, we were better prepared with food and more people and ramped it up to all Lord of the Rings Extended Edition, all Star Wars, and by the end of the Marathon of Marathons became the Marathon of Marathons Marathon because we watched all Pirates of the Caribbeans, High School Musicals, Rambos, Fast and the Furiouses, Jawses, and I'm sure I'm missing at least 2 more series, while every participant would need to run a marathon on the treadmill or elliptical, bike a marathon on the exercise bike, and lift 42,195 kilograms wherever they saw fit. 421 sets of 10 reps of 10 kilograms or more, likely 42.1 sets of 10 reps of 100 kilogram leg presses. No one was having fun by the end of the last one, but High School Musical is a great palate cleanser after the dirge that is Pirates. Holy cow.
Okay. So I was gonna say, like, we've done the extended edition Lord of the Rings, but instead of weightlifting and running a marathon, we were eating a lot of food.
Of other stuff.
I know. I'm just saying.
Top of that.
We did that, but instead of exercising, we just kept eating food, a lot of food.
Yeah. Then he goes, "Sorry, it's not done yet."
Oh.
What's your longest marathon? Or did you guys have any end of semester parties or traditions from university? Craig from the Res.
That's the next one.
Well, so thank you, Anonymous of Canada. I remember Matt and Phil's room always was like a place where we go to watch stuff, but I feel like during like finals week and like the week before finals week, it switched into like 24-hour mode.
Oh yeah. We
like
never slept. We went to shows. We went to movies.
So, like, during the last 2 weeks of school, if we weren't studying, we were, like, watching movies while studying, pretending to study, and then packing, because we'd always wait till, like, the last night to pack. So the last night especially was always, like, delirious and crazy.
Oh, multiple all-nighters.
There was always, like, there was also big end-of-the-year shows, and if somebody we knew was graduating, so the last week of school was always completely insane. I remember the first time that Phil ever witnessed a Brendo, not hulking out, but complete meltdown was I burnt out during, I think, the first semester. And you and Steve had to, like...
This wasn't a hulk out. This is more of a Brendan, like, almost crying breakdown.
Complete breakdown.
What am I going to do? I can't get out of stuff. I can't get it all done.
And you and Steve had to have, like, a big, like, you're being very...
Yeah. And if I remember correctly, my solution is probably, let's go to a show. Let's go see a movie.
Pretty much. Come to my...
You need to chill.
Because I just remember, like, we watched... Well, that was where, if we weren't... Because I remember the first year that I was there, we had to finish up Seinfeld. So I think there was some serious because we had to do it by the end of the year.
Yeah.
And so there was like some marathon Seinfelding. I remember like that was some of the greatest like movie. I remember first semester or second semester maybe Steve. That was when he introduced us to Dead Alive. I remember watching that a lot.
Cool, because we had our like go-to movies that we would watch on repeat: The Warriors, Big Lebowski, Swingers, things like that. That would just be.
But I just remember, during the end of the year, it was always nuts. And I remember, going to a lot of shows.
Yeah.
I remember going from remember the year Janelle graduated. We went to Janelle's graduation party. Things got weird at Janelle's graduation party, so we're like, we got a show to go to.
Yep.
We went to a show.
And then we stayed up all night, packing.
And then we had I remember also we did the backyard show with B-Class. I was like right.
Yeah. Right at the end of the year.
I remember another, the El Taco incident.
That was on last night of school.
And then we had to pack.
Where we ate at a C restaurant, never
and then
again.
And then Merle still fined us.
Because it wasn't good enough.
They didn't clean the bathroom.
Yeah. Okay, there's one other end of semester tradition that I know you'll remember as soon as I say it. But at the end of every semester, because here's the thing. We lived in, it was called Stewart. The dorm that we were in was the cheapest one. We were all the guys that were, barely scraping by. But there were some very wealthy dorms as well.
Dumpsters.
Dumpster diving at the end of the semester.
There was 2 different dumpster diving activities. There was one dumpster diving for real things.
For stuff.
Like really awesome stuff. Like luggage sets that people still use.
Couches, furniture, televisions.
So, that's the second part.
Yeah, part of the television.
So the first part is finding stuff that works. And
I still have a pair of shoes that I wear to this day. My dress shoes that I wear, we went to the wedding, Christy's wedding, I wore the shoes I got out of the dumpster at Biola.
Because you'd go to the girls' dorm, the rich girls' dorm, and there'd be stuff in boxes and wrapped up. And,
or a new couch that they just didn't want to bother moving. So we would just, all of our couches, up until our last place we lived, we still had a couch that we got from a Biola dumpster dive. But
then the second part of dumpster diving was, I guess you can call it our annual, just get all the energy out.
Yep.
I don't know what you would call it, but just destroying things. So we would get every TV that didn't work, computer monitor, just everything else that could. And then we would smash the TVs.
Take rocks and throw it at them into the dumpster. We'd go up on the balconies up above and drop them down in.
We threw them into the parking lot. We would smash it because they if you got these were old tube ones. They would just implode.
It was fantastic.
And we would make videos, and that was our annual tradition of that.
So there's great dumpster diving. I also have a huge box of cassette tapes that I got from back then that I used. That's what we recorded all of our stuff onto, and I still have those with all kinds of great stuff in it. A lot of samples I got off of random tapes that were left in there.
Oh yeah.
So many good things.
The biggest marathon I've ever done, I've talked about it before, was Bud-Numathon.
Right.
It was 27 hours.
That's insane.
Because it was supposed to be 24 hours, but then Mel Gibson came with the Passion, and that was 3 hours long, I feel like.
It felt at least that long.
But he did a Q&A after.
Yeah.
So it ended up being 27
That is insane.
hours.
I mean, I think the longest I've ever done, honestly, is the Lord of the Rings one. Extended edition, of course.
So that was 12 hours.
Yeah, 12 hours. We did it pretty quick. We only had a quick bathroom break in between discs. So
I remember all the food was rings themed, and it was delicious.
Chanel made all kinds of good stuff. Onion rings.
I think you and I were the only survivors.
Yeah, I feel like David maybe made it too.
Did he? I didn't know if he stayed the whole time.
I think he did.
Oh, maybe he did. So maybe it was you, me, and David. I know Josh almost
Jeff,
made it.
a couple other people.
Josh almost made it. Josh came close, but not quite.
Yeah. I think David did too, I'm pretty sure.
That sounds likely.
I think it was the 3 of us, but we'd have to check with him. But yeah, that's impressive. I certainly have never run a marathon. I have done the bike for a little while I'm watching TV, but not 421 sets of 10 reps of 10 kilograms or more.
The longest I biked was for a while I was biking 5 miles.
That's good.
Then I almost got hit by a car and I got scared.
Well, we do the fake
and my bike got stolen.
While we're watching TV.
On the fake biking, I would do,
That's my speed as far
I
as
was
TV
doing
exercise.
4 or 5 miles on the elliptical
Yeah, you were.
and stuff. And then I have never run a marathon though. 5K.
Walked that far
I've walked.
on backpacks.
Oh yeah, well I remember. Well, when I had the not the Fitbit, but the other one that I had Comic-Con, and you were with me,
Oh,
and
yeah.
when I looked at that, I think I hit like 13, 14 miles.
Something, yeah, throughout the course of
Because I looked it
Comic-Con,
up on my phone, I was like, because it didn't just do stats, it actually was like 14.
Well, because like from
15
one end
miles.
of the convention
That's
center to the
1
other,
mile.
a mile, right? And we would walk back and forth that a
And then
couple
all
times a day.
downtown, like
Yep.
walking around downtown.
Well,
walking
when we walked to the Kevin's show.
Yeah.
Yeah, or walked back from it, I guess. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we walked there and back.
I was walking around there, and all I could think about was seeing that lady take that painting off the wall and smash it.
It's the weirdest thing. What was it?
Because I walked right by. I was down there.
What was the art? It was like
it was Alex Ross. It was at the Chuck Jones Gallery.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
It was an Alex Ross
That's right.
original. And I was like, that's an Alex. Like,
So
what
that was the weirdest of all things. It was like rich people smashing paintings.
Yeah.
With like wine or something.
So like I like walked by there, and I'm like, now I'm never gonna be able to not think about that. Just like every time I walk by the Hyatt, I think about like that's where the Punisher like peed on that wall.
Well, and we saw that one lady barf into the.
Oh my gosh!
Gutter.
Yes, but now I have a new memory from the Hyatt, and it's both bittersweet because Darwin Cook died of cancer on Saturday. He was did you ever watch or read DC New Frontier? It was like the retro one.
No.
The animated version, like awesome.
Okay.
Well, he wrote and it was the artwork for that and a ton of other comics. He's an amazing writer and artist. And then he directed the animated version.
Okay.
And that was one of the first animated movies that I watched, the DC ones. It's really good. And because it bridges, basically the DC hired him to do it because it bridges the gold and silver eras.
Okay.
It takes place like in the 40s, like 50s, and it was really awesome. And he was a really cool guy. Brian Lynch introduced me to him, and he was like a retro, like you would have thought he stepped out of like a Rat Pack kind of. He's like but he was like such a cool guy, and he always was cool to talk to, and he will be very missed. But I always think, but that's like one of those things about Comic-Con is like you meet these people and you see them every year.
Yeah.
And you build a community, and but at least as you're an artist, when you're an artist, like you have your art as your legacy.
It's true. That's cool. It's cool to make stuff.
Yes.
It's cool to have it out there.
Yes.
After we're gone, there'll be thousands of hours of us yapping, so
You never get tired.
Yeah.
No, they will get tired of it.
They probably will, but that's okay.
But at least we got it. And we book, record.
That's right.
We got all the media
CDs
covered.
iTunes.
Yeah. We're out in the ether forever. Speaking of forever, we haven't heard from this guy in forever.
I know. This is cool.
Craig from the Res writes, "Hey guys, sorry about the lack of correspondence. I got behind and kind of let my weirdness prevent me from going forward." Oh, don't let that happen.
Yeah, don't worry.
But I think I'm back to listening every week. And to be honest, the split show helps.
Nice. Okay, we did it for you.
Did it for you. Have listened to most, but needed to let some go or never listen again, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
And I think you do.
I know what you mean.
So.
There's only so many hours in the day.
That'd be so sad if you never listened to us again.
I know. No, that's what I mean. I'd much rather him catch up now and miss some. It's not like we have a continuity much. So I don't know. You'll pick it up. You'll get the plot. It's fine. We're talking about junk.
But anywho, just wanted to write in to say I did my first escape room.
Yeah.
Been wanting to for years. Jimmy Pardo from Never Not Funny hosted an escape room game show on the Science Channel. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about last week.
Tell me Jimmy Pardo was a host.
I just didn't mention every detail of it, but it's really cool.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
That me and my dad watched.
It's really cool.
Watched it too.
Yeah.
So one opened up a couple weeks ago in Missoula, and my birthday was last Saturday. Happy birthday.
Yes.
So me and my peas
Parents,
did one of the rooms. It was so much fun.
Yeah. You're doing your first one this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I missed when Phil first started doing it, but can you do me into the
Clue me in.
Clue me into the clue thing. In our game, they would just type stuff into the display if we were on the wrong track. Like my favorite one was a little riddle that we figured out was this magnet key thing that coincided to a part of a picture on the wall. We noticed that it clicked at a certain point. The display after a few minutes said, hold it in the place and lift up from the bottom. When I did that, there was like a security keypad behind. We typed in the code. We heard another click. Turns out the bookcase opened a secret room with laser that if tripped would cost us 10 minutes.
Oh, that's cool. I've never seen something like that with the penalty time.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, so just briefly to address the question there, every single one does it differently. We've done probably, I don't know, however many, 8 different companies now or whatever.
Man.
Maybe 7, I don't know.
You guys should do like a blog about escape rooms.
Should. Well, we talk about them on our show.
You should do an escape room podcast.
It's true. Except that you can't.
Podscapes.
The problem is you're not supposed to like spoil it once you've done it. I mean, you can talk like generally about it.
I guess that wouldn't be that exciting.
But yeah, what are you going to say? Like, it was cool. Trust me.
Maybe give like general tactics.
That's why it works like as
tips.
A segment on a show, I think. I don't know.
It's true.
It could be cool though. Anyway, but each one handles it differently. Some of them will say like you get 3 clues, blah, blah, blah. But most of them have a thing where, you know, you can, if you solve it with no clues, you get a chance to get on the leaderboard. The last one that we did with Josh.
Do you like ask for a clue? Like,
yeah, you have to like, you get to the
yell
point.
Out.
Each one has different. This one, they put your hands up in the air.
Abracadabra-doo.
Everyone has to agree. But they all have different ways that you can like ask for a clue depending on how it works. So, you know, I mean, the purest experience is to solve it with no clues. But my thought on, especially with this one you're talking about, if it's opening new, like Matthews that we're going to do this weekend is brand new. So we're going to be like beta testing it as well as going through it. So there's possible, you know, as they're running through and refining it, you know, if you got to a point where maybe they didn't feel like the clue was sufficient, they might throw out some extra info to you so that, you know, so that it keeps the experience going on. So that could have been something like that too. But every place you go is going to have a different policy, and it's so much fun. They're all great. That's cool that they have one up there. Sounds like they have some really cool, like the bookcase one. That's sweet. I haven't seen that.
Sounds awesome.
And the laser thing I haven't seen either.
Laser.
Matthews is going to be good this weekend. It's going to be fun.
I'm excited. All right. Well, Craig says, anyway, thought I would share. Thanks, Craig from the Red.
Yeah. Well, welcome back. It's good to hear from you again. And
all right.
Write more.
Yeah. Steve Espinoza writes in, hey, guys. With pleasure, I respond to Mark Bolton's pen pal request.
Yeah.
However, I choose the electronic format for time-saving sake.
That's practical.
Which fictional character would I go on a date with? If I was younger and her TV relationships didn't exist, I would have to say Topanga from Boy Meets World. Oh, he wouldn't steal her from Corey.
No, only he's a gentleman. Yeah. That's cool.
She was smart, pretty, and did some funny things on that show. For more age-appropriate choice, and if her TV, I love that he's respectful.
Yeah, well, because you know when you're a kid, it's different, but you have like.
But then he said, "Or TV, if her TV relationship." So again, he's still carrying out, and it didn't exist. I would choose Amy Pond from Doctor Who, also smart, attractive, with a witty sense of humor. That's a good choices. My favorite pizza topping alone is pepperoni. I'm with you on there, but then I'm not with you on this.
Okay.
But as a combination, I like Hawaiian style pineapple and Canadian bacon ham.
See, I'm not down with that.
I can't handle it.
But that's Janelle's favorite though.
It's
some people just are wired for that. I do not like sweet stuff on a pizza.
What do you do? Get half and half? Does she get her own?
Let's get our own, man. Please. Now, it used to be though, Janelle and I would get our own pizza. And then we would finish our own pizza. Now we get our own pizza. We share some with the kids, and we save some leftovers because we're trying not to like explode. That's how we got here.
Pineapple pizza, man.
Our tradition was to order 2 pizzas from Papa John's, the wings, the breadsticks, and a bunch of sodas, and finish them off in the night. That's why we're where we're at now.
Papa John's has these like pepperoni rolls now.
Really?
They're like this little roll thing with like pepperoni inside.
Oh my gosh,
it's so good.
So I'm not hungry. We ate dinner, but like we've talked about food a lot on this episode.
I know.
I'm gonna have to go home and have a snack or something. That's bad. I shouldn't. But oh my gosh, we've talked about a lot of good food. All right, well we'll allow you to. Oh, Canadian bacon. I wonder. I've always wanted to ask this.
What?
Maybe I don't know if it's anonymous from Canada, right?
Yeah.
What do they call it up there?
Is
there a Canadian bacon? Is it just ham?
Ham there?
Is it just bacon?
Is it just bacon?
And what do they call regular bacon?
Why is it Canadian bacon?
I don't know. Is it just named after the John Candy movie?
No, because I think it was
pretty sure it predated that, but you never know.
All right. Now he says, now my turn to put you in the hot seat. This is to Mark.
This is to Mark.
If you could be any fictional character for a week, which one and why? Who is the most famous person you have ever met? Looking forward to your reply. And to Brendo and Phil, keep up the good work and let the cookies cool.
Yes, let the cookies cool. Thanks, Steve. We'll look forward to hearing Mark's response.
Yay, Craig.
Oh, yeah, Matthew's in the chat. We're talking about you.
In the chat.
He's excited to hear from Craig again.
For that.
Matthew's in the chat. Hooray for that. It's a good song.
All right.
Who's in the chat? I said Matthew's in the chat. Okay.
Mark Ariano, right?
Yes. This was actually on Facebook, right?
No.
Oh, no, this is a real one? Okay.
Yes. Hey, guys. Mark here. I also had an interesting theater experience when I saw Civil War, much like Brendo's.
Okay.
I went to the Cap Marathon at Ontario Mills. That's a little bit of a drive.
Yeah.
But you want to go that marathon?
That's, yeah, I mean, if you're going to do that.
I know Zach did that. I wonder if Benson did that one.
I don't know.
He's been doing them all. Did you see, like, one, you got, like, this awesome Captain America medal?
Yeah, it's cool.
I did the first one ever, and we didn't get a medal. We just got a lanyard.
Well. They've upped their game.
They have.
They made an extra couple $2 billion. They can afford to give a medal out now.
Give them a medal. The phase 1 marathon, we're like, we still don't know if this is gonna work.
We think this is cool, right, guys? You're gonna dig this.
Okay. I went to the Cap Marathon at Ontario Mills and we had a decent turnout. As Cap 1 was playing, there was this woman sitting close by. Anytime there was a sweet, sincere moment, I could hear her say, "Aw." Oh, that sounds like the ladies when we saw
yes,
what was it?
That
Heaven, Kingdom of Heaven,
yeah.
And they were like,
oh, it's like the Monty Python, you know, like, just go to the cupboard.
So yeah, at first I didn't mind it, but I quickly remembered the Cap 1 is full of moments like those. Given by her tone, clearly she was being sincere and did not mean to do it in a joking manner. By the end of Cap 1, I was a bit annoyed, but figured it could not continue on for the rest of the marathon. Nope. Avengers 1 starts, and here we go again. I decided to politely shush her, but the message was not received.
Oh, man. That's an awkward moment after a shush and
a shush and no response?
That's
because that's where, like, things could go bad.
That's
like
palpable tension there.
Because then they're basically like, what are you going to do now?
Yeah. I'm going to still, I don't know if I want to.
Luckily, Avengers 1 is pretty loud, so her ahs were drowned out.
It's good this wasn't like a romantic comedy marathon.
So now we hit Winter Soldier, and you could say I was a little irritated. The ahs once again returned, and this time the gloves came off, but I was not alone. The woman let out an ah, and I loudly let out a shush. To my surprise, the rest of the audience had also been hearing her and had grown annoyed. The audience did not hold back and let out cries to shut up. I could not help but chuckle at this, and I got the attention of the woman sitting next to me, and she said aloud, "See, even this guy wants that bee to shut up." The ahs had ceased.
Wow.
Needless to say, when Winter Soldier ended, that woman's face was bright red, and she did not say a single word for the rest of the marathon. See, that's like the dream outcome of that situation, and the other outcomes involve you getting stabbed in the face.
Yeah, or them yelling and ruining the movie even more.
Or getting stabbed.
Well, yes, that's the ultimate.
I've read too many news stories that end up with this situation where it's person gets stabbed.
But it sounds like he had the room behind him there.
Yeah.
He wasn't standing alone. It was, oh my gosh, stop it. See, for a marathon too, it's one thing to be stuck by someone during one movie, but for a whole marathon,
it's like a multi-movie situation. You definitely got to address that.
No.
Well, that was like at WrestleMania when those guys were being jerks behind me. I'm like, all right, I gotta, because
like a whole day there.
We're gonna be here for a while, so that's when I'm like, if you guys keep doing, like, we're gonna have a problem, then that was like we address that situation. Because if it's like if you're talking about a multi-hour situation, You got to put those fires out quickly.
Yeah.
Because then it's gonna get too. You're not gonna be able to deal with it. Like it'll be too awkward.
I just feel tense just thinking about that. How many like sincere moments are there in those movies? I can't imagine. I feel like she's awing at some like stretching points there.
I don't know. Everything
guess.
Peggy.
I guess. Still, that's obnoxious. Well, good. I'm glad that worked. He said, was it a bit harsh? Maybe, but people gotta learn.
They do have to learn. They do. I don't know why they don't.
I don't know.
Makes me not want to go to the movies, but I gotta go get that moon cheese.
We gotta get moon cheese.
Because I got the moon cheese money.
You got moon cheese money? We were looking at moon cheese the last time we went, and we were debating, but we didn't have time to wait for food, so.
I know. But I want that moon cheese.
Because the only problem with having the reserved seats is you get there right beforehand, and then you're like, oh, I don't have time to get stuff now.
Don't have time to get that moon cheese.
Go in there. No moon cheese. Now we got the money. You don't have moon cheese time.
Well, we'll see what's going to happen. Mario writes in a whole bunch of stuff that I don't. It's hard to follow, but
we'll have to do like lightning round because
lightning round on Mario here. Number one, how much was the building price for the escape room? How many floors?
I'm assuming he means Matthews.
Yeah.
In which case it's one floor, and the building was already built.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of more decoration and special effects and that kind of thing. So I don't know what his actual cost has been, but it's a pretty, as far as businesses go, it's one of the lower overhead, costs because it's, you decorate the thing and then it's really your brain comes up with stuff. So it's a pretty, it's a cool deal if you're into that kind of thing. I think he's going to do well.
Number two, the Turkey and Marmaduke strip needed to be saved so he can star in a movie produced by Scott Mosier and voiced by Owen Wilson called Turkeys.
They did a movie.
Did you see that?
I think we watched like half of it. Well, the kids watched it all. I think I kind of like played my DS.
Matthew says he's leasing for $1,000 a month.
Oh, there you go. So that's that cost. That's good. Good answer.
So you watched half of it?
Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't one that I like felt compelled to watch more.
Did you like Chicken Run?
Chicken Run is fantastic.
Turkeys like Chicken Run?
No, because this one was like a time machine.
Okay. Also, the turkeys. Chicken Run's great.
Hey, I have a quick nostalgia detective like just to stick in there real quick.
What?
My brother texted me, other brother, and said, "What was the blind cowboy movie?"
Blind cowboy movie?
I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about.
What?
I don't know.
I need more information.
All right. I just didn't know if that like you would be like, oh, blind cowboy, of course.
Blind cowboy, Book of Eli.
Oh, Book of Eli. Maybe is he a cowboy?
Is this kind of a cowboy? Maybe, I don't know.
All right. Well, I'll have to get back to him on that.
But this is Dave.
Oh, that's true. So that could be like anything.
I'm trying to think blind cowboys.
I don't know. He could be talking about like anything at this point.
Need some more information.
Oh, a Christmas Story.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he gets his eye shot out.
Yeah.
Blind cowboy. All right. Continue on with Mario's here.
Is Ted Cruz a Zodiac killer? I'm going to say no.
I thought he was the lead singer for Stryper.
I think he's some other things too. Did you see the church lady?
I did, yeah.
The devil.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Church lady brought out.
Keanu ripped off the Jerky Boys. I didn't see Keanu. So
I haven't yet either.
I
haven't seen the Jerky Boys either, for that matter.
Well, they were also like tapes.
I know, but I just
they made a movie.
I wasn't familiar with their body of work.
Or maybe because they make a prank call, like that means they ripped off the Jerky Boys.
I don't
know. Well, I want to see Keanu.
I guess we'll have to pass judgment on that later.
Future baby name Helen Keller, or just name a pet named Helen Keller.
Okay, not sure the reference there, but honoring a great woman. There you go. Sure.
Your McDonald Monopoly talk reminded me that we are one step closer to idiocracy.
Yeah.
# dump Trump.
Oh, yeah. I mean, absolutely.
Because we like Monopoly where it is.
No, because we were talking about the people who are like trading Monopoly pieces across, like, oh, they offered to like do a 5% deal and they realized, I think that's what he's referring to.
I don't know. I think he's just calling us slobs.
No, I think he's talking about that because I was talking about the people that don't understand how it works.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh, we're going to combine our stuff together and we'll win. One way or another, regardless if he's talking about us or them, we are on a dangerous path.
It's getting a little.
I mean, forget the I mean, even outside of the politics thing, like just the world in general.
Well, just the fact that we're actually like he's the Republican candidate.
He was a reality TV star. Again, regardless of your political views, like, a reality
also
TV
the fact
star.
that like this was what we were joking about like a year ago or 9 months ago or whenever. Like they're like, we're not going to get this far, and now here we are.
Yeah.
Like this happened.
Yep.
This is all our fault. This is all our fault.
Next is
both Blind Justice and Blind Man. 1971 feature a blind. When would he have seen either?
I know he hasn't seen those. He's thinking of something else. I don't know.
But Trump.
It's crazy. I mean, I don't know. I just don't know how it's going to play out.
Bishop is going to come out of a time portal and just shoot like Trump in the head or something.
Or the Flash, apparently.
Or
the Flash is going to come back and go.
I hope it's Bishop.
What if they both?
What if it's back? Bishop and Cable?
Next, if he does get elected, then Puck from the real world is going to be the next presidential candidate.
We're not going to make it that far.
The world is still alive by then.
We're not going to make it that far. But no, The Miz, because he's like a wrestler and a reality TV star.
That's going to be the next one.
I mean, because you already had Jesse Ventura, so now you have a wrestling reality show star.
Matthew, the brief summary of the movie.
A blind but deadly gunman is hired to escort 50 mail-order brides.
That sounds like something made up, and definitely something that they should cover on MST3K.
Sounds great.
All right, we're gonna move through Mario stuff here.
Firestar is a mutant and appeared in the New Mutants, and later she was an Avenger.
Yeah, but she's still painfully underused. I realize she's out there a little bit, but
after seeing time travel in the X-Men movies, you don't have to go to space to see Longshot. Longshot is not from space. He's from another dimension, a genetically engineered gladiator, slave, then rebel leader. See, there you go. You learn something every day. My brother's the Longshot expert, not me. I didn't know.
Very loose.
I just remember the cartoon, and I thought they forget they were in another dimension, not at space.
Yeah.
Mojo and this reality. That's a reality show, and like Longshot's like the star.
That's true.
It's like the Running Man or something. I don't know. He's a gladiator guy.
Well, he's keeping us on our toes here.
Isn't the Running Man like next year, 2017? Is it 2017?
Maybe. I don't know. Is it?
Oh,
we're not that far off.
I'm not gonna.
And wait, isn't that Arnold Schwarzenegger?
I hope
Who was a politician?
I hope I don't get picked. If I got picked for it, I wouldn't even. I'd be too scared to get on the sled. The sled part would be so scary, and then they'd probably stab me before I even got off the sled. I'd be like,
yeah. I mean, I hope we don't get to that point. We'll see.
I'd give you like 30 minutes.
Maybe. Mine might last a little longer.
You're crafty,
I suppose.
You hide and wield a flashlight. I don't know.
I feel like you get a little bit more of a running start on that as opposed to like Hunger Games. I would die at the cornucopia in the Hunger Games.
I would be the guy that didn't make it off the platform.
Yeah. Or the guy that like stepped off too soon and blew up,
Well, that'd be like. Well, I always said like in Battle Royale, there's a dude that gets like tricked, where like this guy thinks this dude thinks that he may, and they didn't do this in the movie. I was hoping they would, but they didn't. It's in the book only, where he's following the main bad guy, and then the main bad guy tricks him. He thinks he's in the bathroom, so then he goes into the bathroom, and it's just like a water bottle dripping pee, and then his watch goes out, like turns on. He realizes that he's in a bad zone, and his head blows up in the bathroom. I'd be that dude.
You'd be the guy that fell for the bathroom trick.
Get fall for the bathroom trick. No, I just accidentally. I wouldn't be paying attention because I'm bad at orienteering, and just accidentally walk into the forbidden zone. It's like, boom, whoops.
Yep.
That's
See
it.
See that.
I don't know that whole situation. All I can think about it like those kind of situations, like The Purge, Battle Royale, Hunger Games, any of that. I would just like curl up in a ball and start crying.
It's over.
And just hope that like maybe they'd like drag me to like I don't know what would like somebody just probably shoot me in the head or something. But at least like I don't have to deal with all this. Or like I get to go to like some kind of like infirmary place for like sad crying people.
We got a sad crier. He's exempt.
What if I just like went all spastic and like started like I don't know.
It depends on the rules of the game.
Just trying to figure out what I would do because like I'd be so dead.
Just hope and pray we don't get to that point.
I mean, maybe in Hunger Games you could be like one of those hiding guys.
Yeah, but you'd have to be able to run away from the cornucopia fast enough. I'm afraid I'd just like.
So I train forever just so I can run away.
Forget like all the fighting stuff.
Yeah, because like that's not gonna happen. But if you could just like hide,
I don't think we're built for hiding though. Like it'd be like, ooh, what's the like big like round bump from behind that tree there?
I don't know. You get like if you get like PETA level, like where you're like
paint your face,
painting everything, and I'm just like a big rock, just like rock in like a little cave.
I'll meet you by the boulder.
I'm the boulder in the cave. And then I just kind of chill and I go into like hibernation mode and I'm just like just there and then I wait for everybody.
It's a good tactic.
But then how do I get the last person? You have to trick them somehow.
Yeah.
Because I still couldn't kill anybody.
Maybe you just like hope they got hit by an environmental thing.
Yeah. I don't know.
You'd follow you'd learn the patterns of the environmental stuff and then like lead them on a chase through it and then they get hit right at the wrong time. Something like that.
Any environmental obstacles are probably dead.
Yeah, I don't think we'd last long. This is not for us.
Phil, future baby name, have it Helen Keller.
Still confused on that one, but yes, I mean, you know, she's a great person.
Oh, so. I missed one. Just wondering who you would stand with: Confederate flag Cap or Confederate flag Iron Man. The South shall rise again.
I think you could just let them fight each other into oblivion. Oh, because it's the Civil War. Yeah, I got it.
BOR equals toxic level event.
Barfarama. Yes. Oh, it definitely was. It took a while. I didn't. Time here. The final moment on that was my brother said, David, Aurora's dad, the one that threw up, that she had like her tablet. You know, he got them the same thing that you got, Audrey, the Kindle. What is it called? The Fire Kid edition. The kid one. Yeah. And the barf got into like the connectors. I didn't see it. Like I wiped it all down, but I didn't see it in the connectors. He said by the time he got it and cleared it out, it was all corroded from vomit. And he had to use, you get like a free like trade-in.
Like no questions asked.
He had to send in like a puke one.
I'm sure they have to get
this
those.
Is probably not the first.
It's like a no questions asked warranty.
Yep.
But I'm just like, Blind Man stars Ringo Starr as one of the main characters. Watch the preview. It was pretty bad, but funny.
All right. I still don't think those are what he's thinking of.
No way.
I guarantee you it's it's probably the Christmas Story. Because that part when he goes blind and he also has a cowboy hat and they say you shoot your eye out.
Blind cowboy movie.
That's my guess.
All right, well, we got to finish this up. We got Mark Bolden saying, I just listened to Radio BrendoMan number 229, and I'm really glad you guys like the Marmapuke comic.
Yes.
You definitely have permission to post it, Phil. You read the dialogue and sound effects exactly how I imagined they would sound like.
I'm honored.
It wasn't inspired by the Barfarama. I made it before.
I assumed, but that's good.
I was going for a Mad Magazine thing.
Absolutely. I think we said that after the show, but we said that's where you should submit that.
If I was making this comic for Mad Magazine, what are all the dumb puns I would put in there? Also, this show loves barfing in general, so I knew it would be the right tone for the show. I already know what Marmapuke number 2 is going to be about.
Yes, we'll definitely want to see that. And yeah, it was great. We like barf. It's funny.
We talk about it a lot.
It's funny.
One of these days, one of us is going to vomit. Well, you already did.
Yeah, I did in your sink already. Yeah, in the pre-show. So, well, thank you, Mark, for sending that in because it was fantastic. We look forward to getting the next one. And I'm going to scan it. I'm going to try to do it tonight. It's been a crazy week, but I'll get it up there on the page for everyone to see.
You have a scanner. It doesn't take that long.
I know, but it's been a week, man.
My gosh, we'll have to talk about this.
Yeah.
You always like it's been a week.
I came straight from a school board meeting. I'm dressed in a button-up shirt and pants. I don't do that very often.
You are wearing pants.
I'm wearing pants.
It's crazy.
I'm sweating.
Well, I'm not sweating because I'm looking forward to our live show.
Yeah.
Next weekend.
That's right, at Mountain Room
Sunday,
Escapes.
May 22nd. We haven't gotten any of your reservations yet, so if you're planning on going...
Well, the Big Bear people are coming. We already got a crowd up there.
Well, I mean, our people.
But our people, well, some of the people in Big Bear listen to the show. Obviously.
Okay, our Big Bear people, we're all up on yous, and we're excited, but I would appreciate maybe some of our down the hill peeps.
That would be good.
But you don't have to. I don't want to pressure anybody. But if you want to be pressured, I'll pressure you to email BrendoMan at Gmail or BrendoMan at Gmail.
I messed you up with that now.
Or use our contact form. You did. It's all your fault. And but May 22nd, we're going to be at Mountain Room Escapes in Big Bear. Go to mountainroomescapes.com. It's going to start at what time?
Well, it starts at 5. You need to be there at least by like 4:40.
4:45. So for $10, you get the room escape with us, and you get the live Radio BrendoMan and live BrendoMan All-Stars
live music
performance.
Plus, you get to be a part of the beta testing feedback. So
yes.
If you've never done a room escape, it's a good chance.
Room escape.
You're not gonna get it for that cheap, let me tell you.
And Phil's mom's, we're going around Big Bear.
I don't know. She's got me worried about the thing she's planning. Okay, David gave me another little snippet of the movie. The quote, "I can't see you, I can't hear you, but by golly, I can smell you."
What?
I don't know. What is this?
Can I Google it?
I guess you can. Is that cheating?
That's what I do on these a lot. What?
I can't see you, I can't hear you, but by golly, I can smell you. Wow. I don't know. All right, we got dead air here. What do we got?
Nothing.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll have to do some additional research on that there.
But do you know anybody who's in it?
That's all he said. So I mean, I can text him, but we got to wrap this up here. So,
all right. Well, don't forget about Mountain Room Escapes. And if you're not going to be able to attend on the 22nd, you can attend any other time after the 22nd. And if you use the code, go to mountainroomescapes.com and use the code Radio BrendoMan, you get $5 off per ticket.
It's a good deal.
And you get a free gift.
Free special gift.
Free special gift.
Yeah.
And that's going to do it for this week.
Okay.
We'll have to do all the rest of the stuff on Thursday.
We'll do it.
Plus Marmaduke.
We got it. We don't have a Marmaduke, so we have less to read.
I said Marmaduke.
I know. I'm just saying. Compared to last time,
What is this episode called?
This episode is called Welcome Back, Craig.
Yay.
Yeah.
I like that. Dave said it was Blind Justice.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know what that is.
I definitely would not have known that.
All right. Well, you know what I know? I know you need to go to radiobrendo.com and you need to go to benvnetwork.com. Listen to all of Benv Network shows.
Yes.
I found out that Team Trent podcast is about Trent Reznor.
Oh, really?
And they're cool.
All right.
They seem like cool ladies.
Sounds good.
They've been posting in the Benview folder.
I saw that.
And then we've got Van Dammit.
Yeah.
And Podcast Preview.
Yeah. A lot of
and
good new
Artist
ones.
Tree. And some other new ones. I know Dave, the new Benson Lindy production.
Oh,
should be
yeah.
starting soon. And I still need to work with Veronica on the Mr. Brendo's wrestling show, but
MBWS.
I'm working through I'm trying to come up with like a little like primer, like talk about wrestling stuff, come up with some things.
That'd be cool. She'll do it.
Yeah.
And Mandarin Orange Show, don't forget.
Yeah, don't forget MandarinOrangeShow.com, JanelleandPhil.com.
Yeah. All that good stuff.
All that stuff.
Thanks for writing in, everybody. That's good that we had so many letters. It took like the whole show.
And I talked about weird stories.
Well, we talk a lot about stuff, but that's what we do.
It is what we do, and we'll do it again on Thursday, so stay tuned for that. And for Radio BrendoMan, I'm Brendan Creecy.
And I'm Phil Vecchio.
Have a good one, everybody. How's number 230?
230. See, this is like, we're like flying through these.
What?
I was just texting David back. I texted him real quick, just recording, but I said recording, text you I period a bit. Just trying to fast there. That said you were talking about blind. I don't know why, where you saw that, because I've never heard of that before.
It's a frig.
Trying to do the timer. Don't understand. I don't understand.
What?
You okay to do another one now?
Sure.
I mean, would you want to?
No, let's do it.
I could tomorrow night after we record. Okay, I'm good. I just want to know. I want to make sure you're okay because I know we're a little later than usual.
No, we're gonna do it.
All right. Just making sure. I want to make sure you're good.
Totally good. Dave said he said you would know that quote. How would you know that? You didn't know that quote at all.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just having old man brain.
Blind justice. I don't even know what that is.
I can't see you. I can't hear you. But by golly, maybe if I saw the clip, I would recognize.
Who's in blind justice?
Blind justice.
All right, hurry up. Let's go.
Well, I'm ready. Right?
You're on your phone typing
things. Look it up later. I thought you were ready. Okay, let's go.
I was waiting, and then you're looking things up on your phone.
I wasn't paying attention. I'm ready. Yeah.
Check.
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 Oh, oops. You okay there?
Yep.
Why is it still blinking?
I don't know. It's the dumbest thing. You hit reset again. I don't understand.
I don't either.
I do not understand.
I tried to find another one that was better, but I couldn't.
Don't hit reset.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Radio BrendoMan. I'm Brendan Creecy.
And I'm Phil Vecchio.
We got this dumb timer thing that's always giving us a hard time.
How hard is it to make a good timer?
I don't know. This one, it's got all kinds of bells and whistles, but I can't figure out how to set it correctly.
It does a lot of things that I don't think a timer needs to be able to do.
Microsoft Excel integration.
Yeah, you can change the font, but you can't set the time that you want.
I don't know.
How did you get it to say an hour and a half in the first place?
I don't remember.
Because when you say reset, it defaults to that.
I don't remember.
Something somewhere along the line. It's the most complicated thing I've ever seen for a timer.
So you said you had quite a week.
Well, as I mentioned briefly, I just came before this recording.
Are you sick?
No.
Okay.
Just a little itchy, allergies.
All right.
I'm not even runny nose, just a little.
Sure.
No, I'm not. I came directly from a school board meeting at which I did a little public forum speaking, if you will. And then immediately before that, I came from taking Audrey to her post-op appointments.
Yeah.
Which is all good. Everything's cool. She's still can't have chips and
still
stuff.
Have disgusting breath.
It's much better.
That's good.
It's just more a little bit,
She's back in school?
She's back in school. She went back on Thursday, but I got a call halfway through the day, and she said her throat was hurting. I had to go pick her up.
And they're also all the kids are complaining about your time.
Yeah, her breath. That's funny. They didn't mention that, but who knows if that was it. The teacher's no, can't do it. Take her out. So then she went back on Friday, and everything was good. And she hasn't complained about it hurting since I think probably Saturday was the last time she even took any pain medicine or anything. So she's good and clear. The doctor said she's fine. It's almost healed. She just can't have chips anymore.
So that's made you have a week.
So that's just part of it. I mean, but so I just came from the school board meeting, and we did that, and then Janelle had a field trip today. So I had to drive her out super early in the morning and then go get her. My mom picked her up and I had to go meet her. And then we went together.
What's your mom doing down here?
She's working out at the nursing college.
I thought she stopped doing that.
No, she stopped working in Big Bear. Now she only works down here.
I thought she stopped working the one down here.
No, she was working the other one where she traveled around. Now it's only the one that's in it's right by where you used to work over there, hospitality. Yeah. Like what's it called? I can't think of the name of it now. But anyway, so she was teaching over there. So she picked up Janelle while I had Audrey at the doctor, and then we went and met her, and then we came back together to go to the school board meeting. That's just one day.
You were fighting the uniforms.
Yeah, it went fine, but I was speaking out, sharing my opinion that I wasn't for uniforms.
Well researched.
I did. I wasn't as well researched as the other guy, but he was on my side too. So,
but they didn't even.
It didn't even get voted. I never even got brought to the table.
Like, pish, posh.
Once they saw the facts laid out in front of them.
When some woman said, "This, like, I'm rich, so I can do what I want."
Literally said. Because I was talking about the financial impact of requiring everybody to buy all these expensive uniforms. And she said, well, that doesn't affect me. I'm like,
so I want these uniforms.
I want uniforms. Like,
basically saying, I'm rich.
That was her argument for her. So needless to say, it wasn't a strong argument. And it's all cool now. But I had to, like, wear pants. Couldn't go in there in shorts and a sweatshirt. Could. But might not have been taken as seriously. I don't know.
They would have thought you were a student.
Maybe. They know who I am. My wife used to work there. My kids go there. But anyway, it was cool. And the funny part is we got to talking after in between, they like kicked everyone out to do like the vote things and stuff and then invited everyone back in. And we were talking to one of the new administrators there. And just for whatever reason, just kind of chatting out there, he mentioned like that he listens to a podcast. And I mentioned like our podcast. I mentioned Mandarin Orange Show. And he like looked up Mandarin Orange Show because he knows Janelle. He looked it up right there at the spot, and he said to listen to it now. So maybe he'll be listening to ours too.
Whoa.
So see, I'm working business all over the place.
Working it. Well, now I mean, like now even Androids have a native podcast app because the Google Play Music Store has podcasts. You type in Radio BrendoMan on that Google Play Music Store. Boom.
There it is.
So every phone. So now like even like everybody's got either an Android or an Apple phone. So now you can get on that train, tell your friends.
And once you started searching Mandarin, it popped up right away because there's no other Mandarin.
Or what if it like tries to autocorrect? Well, I guess
it's funny into Google. If you look on like iTunes and you search Mandarin, it still puts up all these things that say Mandarin, but it's in there with them.
Is there a Mandarin Orange Show?
No, but there's a lot of like shows about learning Mandarin.
Oh yeah,
speaking Mandarin or whatever. So they're trying to like, no, you meant this.
The Florida Citrus Society presents the Mandarin Orange Show.
I mean, they could.
It was a great day today at the orchard.
I thought about buying that when we did it, but then nobody. I mean, that's not a problem anymore. People can find it.
People tricked you.
They tricked me. Anyway,
you know who won't trick you?
Who's that?
Stitcher won't trick you.
That's right.
With their free accounts.
We have to start with this time because we didn't get to it last time.
Yeah, it's weird, but it's what we're doing.
That's right. Well, you can find all those shows we're talking about on Stitcher.
Go to radiobrendo.com, click the Stitcher link, and if you haven't signed up yet for free, listen on devices, all your devices. Listen on your computer, on any web browser.
Listen on your flip phone.
Use the code BrendoMan, and when you're listening, be sure to thumbs up.
Maybe add a comment if you want.
Yeah. I've never done that.
Never commented on there. I've commented
I think I've commented on some people's.
Commented on iTunes. I don't know if I've done it on Stitcher.
Well, you can.
Yeah, you definitely can.
You can also listen to the Bendy Network podcasts.
Yes.
Most of them are on Stitcher. Some of them aren't.
We need to get on that.
Because I was looking up some of them. Some aren't on there.
Well, many of them are.
But many of them on there. And if they're not on there, you can go to BendyNetwork.com and listen to all of them there. You got Benson's Boombox, Benview on Spielberg. Got our friends Mark and Tim, Comic Nerds Unite, Extra Damage, MBWS. Soon to be making a comeback.
Right.
You can listen to classic episodes if you want to be like, hey, I wonder what Matt and Brendo were thinking about before they went to WrestleMania 31. Not what happened afterwards, but what happened before. What happened right
If you want to know what happened after, you have to listen to this show.
Midnight Marinara, Nerd's Eye View, pick your path, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Popsicles. Shut up, Leonard. Extra Damage.
Oh, you said
I
that
said
one.
that one, but I listened to it this week, so
What were they talking about this week?
well, I guess it wasn't this week, but they were talking about.
They just put a new one up about going to E3, right? Or their impending E3 trip.
Maybe that's the one I was listening to.
But maybe there's a newer one. I don't know.
You know what I do know?
What do you know?
You can save $50 off your order at DreamHost. It's great web hosting.
It's a fantastic deal.
Host RadioBrendo.com. And you can do that by going to RadioBrendo.com and click the DreamHost link, and you'll save $50 off your order of hosting.
So that link's up at the top of the page. There's a lot of conveniently placed links up there, such as the link that takes you to the Amazon Prime trial.
Yeah.
Which is a good deal
Old
for our
Wrestler
listeners.
says we talk about Amazon too much. And I say we talk about it plenty.
Exactly the amount that we do.
And also, podcasts aren't free.
It's true.
And they're free for you.
They're not
So
free for us.
don't complain.
They're allowed to complain. We're starting to talk about Amazon. But why wouldn't we when it has such a fantastic deal?
It's such a great deal.
Honestly, though, before we ever talked about it on the show, we both had Prime.
Where he was like being like, oh, like consume, like, oh, consumerism. There's so punk rock.
That guy that I was talking to, the guy I was talking to tonight said that all his shows he listens to have like multiple commercials through it, and he has to skip past them. Ours, at least we like have fun banter about it.
I listen to people's commercials. I like
I know. What I'm saying though is that we're not like sold out yet. Not until they pay us real big money. Yeah,
because they're getting that kind of money, man.
Yeah,
but we got a long ways to go. But until then, because I gotta save money because I'm not making big money from this podcast. So I got my Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
and you should find out what's going on there by getting that free trial by clicking that link.
It's a good deal.
30-day free trial. It's a great deal.
Lots of things included.
Lots of stuff.
And if you're buying stuff at Amazon, while you're at it, click our little link down at the bottom right, and it'll help us out by giving us a little piece of the action.
And you know what? Sometimes you got to buy stuff.
Everybody buys stuff. I buy stuff on Amazon all the time. It's fantastic.
So
what do people buy this week?
They bought a few things.
All right.
We got The Challenge, Rivals 3, Season 28.
The TV show?
I think that's The Challenge, like Real World Road Rules.
Oh.
So someone's
watching still a thing? Is the Real World still on?
Yep.
Really?
Still going.
Puck back?
I don't know. Is that all you know?
That's pretty much my knowledge of the Real World. There's a guy named Puck.
I saw Puck somewhere once because he's like, that's like all they do now is like sad appearances.
It's probably doing a signature.
Mega Bloks Hello Kitty Beach House.
All right.
And Mega Bloks Hello Kitty Juice Bar toy figure. I know you're not a big Mega Bloks
I'm not,
fan.
but here's the thing. They've gotten some really good licenses, which is a shame.
That was like your favorite Comic-Con story.
Oh,
where
yeah.
we were like, because you were mad that Mega Bloks got Minions.
Yep.
And you're like,
because I wanted Minions.
And I was like, yeah, look, they got it over there. And like right then, like the Minion was like falling apart.
Right. And
like this would not be happening.
Yeah, Legos don't do it, but that's exactly how it is when you build them in real life.
Because they had a giant Minion and it was already like falling apart.
Well, so our Mega Block story is they had a deal with Barbie, and Audrey wanted to get one. We're like, all right, we'll try it. And she wound up just crying because she kept trying to build it and it just kept falling apart. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
My Legos aren't working. I'm like, these are not Legos.
Don't you dare.
Don't you take the name of Legos in vain. These are Mega Bloks. But, they have some good licenses. So if you want to build Hello Kitty stuff, if you want to build Barbie, if you want to build Minions.
Yeah.
Lego came out with Angry Birds movies one now.
Ooh.
Just kind of, I don't know. It's cool because they have you can fling them at stuff,
your kids are just going to go crazy for them. We already talked about this.
Oh, yeah. Pee
in the pool.
And that's the best thing.
Because as soon as I was saw peeing, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yep.
And
they know their target demographic.
Zootopia, and again, every kid in that theater went crazy.
Yep. It'll be fun. It'll be funny. Well, I'm sure we'll see it. We'll probably, send you with them to go see it sometimes. We can see a real movie.
Rash of pool peeing.
No, but it was gross in the thing because they drank out of it. Remember? He drank the eagle pee.
He drank the pee.
They drank Peter Dinklage's eagle pee. Have you seen the new Lego set? The Civil War. They got a couple Civil War ones.
Well, I know there was the one with the giant Ant-Man.
Oh
that
my
spoiled the movie.
gosh, that's right. I talked about that already. Because that's so awesome. I'm bummed it spoiled it a little bit, but I was looking at it again the other day when we went to the store. No, it's like $70.
Do you still have like a gift card?
I've spent gift cards. I don't know. I might get it at some
you
point.
Still have some on your Lego card. From
No. We blew the rest of that when we took all the kids down there.
Oh.
We got them all a prize at the end. So maybe one of these days. But oh man, it's so cool. Anyway, all right. Well, thank you guys for buying stuff, and let us know how the Mega Blocks work out. I hope that they've upped their game a little bit now that they've got some licensing money.
Or that's how they stay rich because they don't.
They just put out an inferior product. I don't know. Maybe we can use the instructions from the Mega Blocks and just substitute Lego pieces in there. Just get the special license parts.
Will that work?
Because they're supposedly interchangeable. That was their whole selling point.
I remember having Flexi Blocks, and
there's so many knockoff ones.
Flexi Blocks were kind of cool. You know what my favorite thing was?
What?
Freaking Popoids, man. You remember those?
Yeah, those were good. Those not Legos, awesome. But
you make this. I just like the little accordion one, and then you make cool little all kinds of cool stuff. Because then you have constructs.
Constructs were pretty good. Again, different. But
I like constructs because they were you had the little girders.
Yeah.
And those little ball things. And
it was sort of like a Rector set, for easy.
I had a really cool constructs spaceship.
Yeah, David had a bunch of the space ones, I think. So there's some good. Do you remember Bristle Blocks?
Yes.
That was. A lot of building toys that kind of came.
My mom bought ones for us that she made us keep forever because she thought they were going to be worth a ton of money. They were called Rigajigs, and they were these little plastic discs. They were kind of like
Tinker Toys,
but these were cheap plastic things.
Oh gosh!
And my mom's she bought them at the toy store. She's like, these are going to get discontinued and they're going to be worth a ton of money. And she made us keep them forever. These things suck. And then she's like, no, you can't throw them away. Meanwhile, she's selling a freaking Playmobil spaceship for 10 cents. She's like, no, you got to keep these Rigajigs. Castle Grayskull, $2.
You still have the Rigajigs?
No, I don't think so.
What if they're worth a ton of money?
They're not worth anything.
Have you looked it up?
They are seriously plastic discs.
Rigajig.
Even the
name, Rinkadink.
Yeah.
Rigajigs.
But there was this toy store called the Toy Trunk that right down the street from our house that my mom would go to a lot.
They had Rigajigs.
I think the guy sold it. He was here's a fresh mark.
Well, I can unload some of these Rigajigs on this poor lady.
On this lady, yeah, they're the next.
You know what your kids will love?
Nintendo, nope.
Rigajigs.
And then But I remember when the Toy Trunk went out of business because then we got a Playco, which that was a big deal.
Yeah.
I got so many real Ghostbusters toys. It was awesome.
Did they interact with the Rigajigs at all?
I was too it was too hard to put anything together with those stupid things.
I'm telling you got a Rigajig fortune probably.
Yeah.
What if they are? What would you do? You'd call your mom and tell her she was right. Rigajigs are worth $1 million.
Well, I think about all the other toys that we threw away or sold that I know are worth.
You get a lot more for the Castle Grayskull.
Castle Grayskull, not even in the box, is $175.
Yeah.
I had Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain, and that Playmobil spaceship is worth a bunch of money.
Yeah.
That Playmobil spaceship was awesome. It was a giant hexagon thing or octagon. I don't know. It was cool. And it had little chambers the guys were in.
I remember because you had the plates that would fit in between them to build stuff. Yeah. It
was freaking awesome.
Those were cool.
All right. Well, we are on our Facebook group. That's always pretty cool.
Yeah. A lot of stuff going on this week in there.
All the shows getting canceled.
Oh, that's been depressing. That's why it's been such a rough week.
Oh,
they've taken away everything I love.
Well, ABC,
ABC is just...
Well, it's not their fault that the ratings are terrible because people are dumb. Because you know how many people I tell, I'm like, Agent Carter was so awesome. Like, oh man, I really got to watch that. That's everybody.
I'm part of the
Nobody
problem.
watched season 2.
But here's the problem.
Nobody I know watched season 2.
It's because they're still doing the dumb thing where they take away the beginning of the season. So if you don't keep up to date on like Hulu, and a lot of shows aren't doing that now. A lot of other channels are like letting you watch the thing. So once I'm behind, then I'm like, I'll just.
I don't even know if Hulu counts in the ratings.
It probably doesn't, but
it should.
It should.
Well, because we're not watching ads though. But we're
but I'm paying extra to not watch ads.
That's a whole separate thing though. They can't because the ratings are used to sell advertising time on the air. So they have to have some kind of metric. But that's nobody I know watched Agent Carter, and it was so good. And now and they ended on a cliffhanger, and now we're never gonna.
Wasn't there a chance Netflix or someone else can pick it up?
Dude, if they do, it's not gonna be for a while. Her show got picked up.
Yeah, but she can do other stuff. People do multiple shows.
Not 2 major shows at the same time.
But Netflix doesn't like.
Also, Netflix has their slate pretty set for like the next. They're running on a very tight budgets here, so already you'd have to cut the budget like in half. And
Hulu has originals. They've all got stuff.
I wouldn't be surprised if it. I'm not saying it won't happen on Netflix. It probably could. It just if it does, it won't happen for a while, and it's going to be a different show. Because we're going to be operating on a much smaller budget.
I'm okay with that.
And then the Muppets, that's so frustrating because it was so good, especially the second half. They regrouped a little bit. It was so good. And then, that's...
But the real tragedy here...
And then the freaking Grinder.
And that's not ABC. That was Fox, right?
Fox.
Which Fox cancels everything,
but
so I should have known.
The ratings on the Grinder were really bad.
But it's such a good show. You said you started watching it.
I did. It was great. But this is where I got to feel like Jake Kasdan can't win. Well, now he can because he did New Girl. That was like his big... Yeah. That broke. But then this put him right back.
Well, at least he got a full season.
Yeah.
So this last episode, I won't spoil it, but... they do a lot of meta referencing the show within a show to talk about their own show, and they kind of do a plea to the network, they're like, how long could this premise possibly go on? No, this is good. We've got it figured out. We could do this indefinitely. And they're like, are you sure? They're not going to want to keep you on. It's so brilliant because they're just what they're saying, please don't cancel us. Please don't cancel us. And then they do. Yeah, it is. Oh. But see, that's a show that someone could pick up that won't cost much to make.
Yeah.
I mean, that's nothing.
I know we do live in this world where there's these secondary markets now,
so it's fantastic.
Some hope, but then there's also they can't. These markets don't have a lot of money. They can't save every show.
Right. But that's a cheap one to save. That's all internal or inside sets.
Paying Rob Lowe.
Yeah, he'd do it for cheap.
Guys, you don't know that.
He'll do anything. He's cool.
He's probably already got a new thing.
But he does 10 things at a time. He's cool with it. I'll speak for Rob.
You're just total Hollywood.
Rob and I know. Come on, man.
Hollywood insider Phil Vecchio.
I want the Grinder. I want more Grinder. I love that show. I've been talking about it all year.
You can also grind it out on our subreddit.
It's true. Maybe people on the subreddit can whip up some attention for the Grinder.
All 2 people.
Maybe they can.
I think Amber sometimes votes on things, and Craig.
Yeah.
And I think that's it.
That's about it. Well, let's get it going sometime.
So we talked
Facebook group's hot though.
You're listening to this probably Thursday, Friday, hopefully, and so you still have, if you're thinking about coming up to Mountain Room Escapes.
Yes.
On Sunday the 22nd to see our live Radio BrendoMan. You still got time.
It's gonna be
sure
cool.
to email us BrendoMan@gmail.com. Go to our contact form radiobrendo.com. And $10 gets you in to the Room Escape, gets you the live show, gets you the BrendoMan All-Stars.
Live music.
It's
going to be good.
Some cool hanging out up in the Big Bear. MountainRoomEscapes.com for if you need directions.
Yeah.
And if you can't go on the 22nd, but let's say a month from now or a couple weeks, you're going to be up in Big Bear. Going on a date, maybe going with your friends.
Yeah.
You want to do something cool. How many trails can you go on, or how much, Big Bear stuff can you do before you're I want to try something new and exciting.
Now
you got that. Mountain Room Escapes. Go to mountainroomescapes.com. Use the code Radio BrendoMan at checkout, and you will save $5 per ticket.
which is a fantastic deal.
Plus, you get a special gift.
Good stuff. It's going to be great. We'll be testing it. We'll be doing it the first time. Again, This will be your first one.
It's our first live Radio BrendoMan.
First live Radio
ever.
BrendoMan. First live BrendoMan All-Stars performance in like 15 years.
Holy crap.
So we got to practice again sometime this week.
Podcast I've done in 5 years.
Yeah.
Man.
It's going to be good.
I've been out of touch, out of practice. What if I totally screw it up?
You'll be fine.
Screw up everything.
It'll be good. Don't worry.
I'm nervous. Well, that's going to be awesome. Also, check out our Clicker Heroes clan. We just got a new member.
Oh, cool.
And it's Radio BrendoMan is the name. Radio space
now?
BrendoMan. I don't think so.
There's more room. So
try, and if it's full, let me know. Just email Radio BrendoMan at Gmail.
Get another one going. Secondary clan.
Maybe, or something. You know what else is something? MyVacationPants.com is something. Janelle's been posting lots of cool stuff about Disney World.
Yeah.
Plan that dream Disney World vacation.
She just put the Animal Kingdom one up, I believe.
Yeah.
One up? Okay, so a quick story about My Vacation Pants. I think I'm allowed to say this.
Put on your vacation pants.
That's right. So we went to the school board meeting tonight.
Yeah.
And we walked in, and one of the board members, because they're sitting, it's like a bench, like a judge's bench. You walk in and they're up on this bench. And one of the board members is like, "Oh, Janelle Vecchio, come over here. I need to talk to you." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And she doesn't work there anymore, but they know her from when she used to work there and stuff. She's like, "Okay, what's going on?" She's like, "May I approach the bench?" So she walks up there, and he's like, "Your vacation pants post about Google flights has saved me thousands of dollars since you posted it," because he flies all over the place. He's a businessman.
Write a testimony.
Yeah, he's like, "That is amazing. I love your blog." So that's how we started out the school board meeting. Nice. And he fist bumped her. And then all the other people on the board are like, "What's this?" And he's like, "Janelle's got a vacation blog." Blah, blah, blah. So
there you go. Work it.
Yeah. Plus, we talked about the podcast afterwards. It's good. Just go to more of these things.
Podcast, the Mandarin Orange Show.
That's right.
Check that out. And yeah.
Yep.
Also, speaking of live podcast action, podcastadvocates.com.
Yes.
That's our new venture, and we're going to be at Comic-Con Palm Springs, August 26th, 28th.
ComicConPalmSprings.com for all your ticket needs.
$57 for the weekend.
Yes.
We're going to be doing some panels.
Yep.
Panels. We're doing live shows.
Live music.
Lots of cool stuff.
It's going to be great.
Tagging.
Yeah. Totally. Lots of good street passes.
Hanging out in the Palm Springs. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good highlight of the end of your summer.
That's right.
End it in the hottest place on earth.
In the hottest time of the year, but the cheapest hotel rooms.
And we'll be inside of the air conditioning.
We'll be inside the whole time.
Or in the pool.
Yes.
But maybe not even in the pool.
I've been out there
where you jump in the pool
yeah,
and it's like 90 degrees in the pool. Yep. And it's like jumping in a bathtub. And it's really gross.
Not any better than being out. Yeah, I've had that.
There's chilled pools at some of the fancier hotels, but I don't think I've ever stayed at a fancy enough hotel that has the chilled pool.
But we have been in those situations where it's so hot, it's just not even.
I remember because we used to go every summer in high school because it's you get the condos at Oasis for super cheap,
right.
And they have 3 bedrooms and you can stuff a bunch of kids in there, and. So we would go, and I remember just yes, I'm in Palm Springs. Go put my swimsuit on, just go running outside and just dive in the pool. And it's hotter in the pool than
it's worse. It's worse.
It's so gross.
Yeah, air conditioning is definitely where you're going to want to be.
And that was where Mike taught us how to take the governor off of an air conditioner.
To actually turn it down.
Well, because I remember that was Mike I'd seen it in his bag before, and I didn't understand why he had it. I'm like, "Why do you have a screwdriver?" He's like, "You'll see when you go on a trip," because it was in his standard, it's just standard bag. And then, sure enough, we get to Oasis, and he's got a screwdriver, and there's this plastic cover over the thing, and there's a screw at 70 degrees. Right. So first he unscrews it to get the cover off, and then he unscrews the governor screw so he can crank it all the way down.
Okay, it's funny. I didn't ever do it for that. But I used to. Now that we have modern TVs, it's different. But I used to have a whole setup where I would disable the box so we could watch DVDs and stuff on the TV. But you don't need to do that anymore because.
Except when you go to freaking Laughlin, their TVs are totally locked out.
All right,
I remember being so bad.
But most of them now
I had
you
just
have
bought that
auxiliary.
PS4, and I'm like, yes, we can go play it. Or I remember I brought my Wii. I'm like, we're gonna play video games all night, and then it was like you couldn't plug anything.
Because
they had disabled the HDMI ports.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. Even though we could get to it, they disabled them somehow. But most places you can use it now because they know everyone's. I mean, no one's.
Most of the places, but there was like I remember in Laughlin.
Yeah.
And there was like one other place, but most of the other places I stayed at.
But on the old like tube TVs, they would always have like a lock thing, and I would bring like the wrenches that I could like take it off and then plug our stuff in. Not to steal the shows, just to watch what we wanted to watch.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right.
So that's that. Speaking of comic conventions, Comic-Con is coming up.
Yeah, it is.
We should be finding out soon about our panels. I'm like freaking out.
I know, right? Like, still not quite yet, right? Like, there's still time.
Well, the deadline was May 2nd. And then, like, I'll probably we'll probably find out, like, in the next, like, couple weeks.
Well, I hope it works.
I hope we at least get one panel. What if we get no panels?
Well, I mean, you know, we're still got the pro stuff, but that would be super cool. If we got a podcast one down there, holy cow.
It'd be huge.
So, speaking of huge,
Audrey's
tonsils used to be huge.
Now they're not.
Now we took her to the doctor. I already talked about that. I didn't update. I came straight from the thing.
Oh my gosh.
But I have it all up here in my head. So yesterday, it was Sunday. I'll go backwards. Yesterday was Sunday, and we went and did Audrey had a play date with one of her friends from school, and so we went over there and hung out with the parents. Mm-hmm. And it was actually really fun. You know, it's one of those things where you don't always get along with like the parents of the kids' friends.
Yeah, you guys said in your radio show that this was like your friend.
This was like a potential like friend date, and it actually went really well. They were cool.
Who are these people?
They are
better than me.
What?
Better than me.
No, they're
no, I know, I get it. You need couple friends.
Well, and also like our kids have people to play with, which is cool. We taught them Settlers of Catan.
How old are these people?
They're like our age. They went to Biola.
Oh. Do I know them?
Possibly.
Are they like our age?
Am I allowed to say like on here? I don't know. I don't want to like call them out. I don't want me to talk about them on here. But they're our age, yeah. They're my age, like a year ahead of year. He was in the backside of Stewart.
Oh, where do they live?
Oh, where do they live now? Oh, they're in Beaumont, actually.
Oh.
So.
Who was it?
Well, again, I don't know if it's weird. I don't know if I like call their name out. I'll tell you after. Because what if they're like weird about it? I don't know.
Okay, whatever.
It's fun though.
What did you guys do? Played Settlers?
So we played Settlers. They'd never played before, but you know, they said they were worried that you had to be like too smart to play, and we're like, no, it's not like, you know, it's cool. And then we did it. And it was great. And they're smart anyway, you know. So it's fun. The kids had fun. And that was yesterday. And then the day before, as we talked about earlier, we went out to the Scholastic sale.
Scholastic sale. Not telling me again.
Well, I thought that we had told you had to sign up for it.
No.
I guess not. I'm pretty sure Janelle mentioned it to you.
I didn't know anything about it.
All right. I'm just saying. I'll ask her. But
How do I sign up?
Just to go on scholastic.com.
And then what?
And you sign up.
Where?
On their thing. Just look for book sale.
What?
They have book sale. Scholastic book sale. They do it like periodically. And so the deal is if you sign up, because you have to be like a teacher or the employee of a school district, and they give you like additional coupons. I think it's open to the public, but in order to get the super good deals, you have to be a teacher, and you get like $25 off of $100, basically 25% off of their already discounted prices. Plus, you get to do the $25 box where they have a section where you can fill it up.
And you've always said you're going to take me. Then I get I'm looking on Facebook on Saturday, and there you get the freaking Scholastic sale.
I thought you knew.
No.
All right. Well, anyway, we'll take you again next time. Now you can sign up and you can get your own deal, so you can actually get the discounts.
I wasn't doing anything.
I know. Well, so originally the plan was we were supposed to take Luke. Been promising him for months and months we would take him bowling because he doesn't remember ever going bowling. The last time we went, he was like a little kid. And
why didn't we go in Laughlin?
It's always like it's super expensive in Laughlin. So Janelle found a Groupon for this bowling place, but it's in La Habra. So she bought this like 5 months ago, and so we just have been sitting on it. And so she's like yesterday or on Saturday, she was like, we'll go out to the sale, and it's out that way, and then we can go bowling in La Habra. So we go out there, and we show up, and Janelle like runs in to talk. I don't know, to find out, like, because it looked like they're really busy.
League day or something.
Well, apparently it was like leagues in the morning and then birthday parties all afternoon. We got there at like noon. He's like, "Yeah, I don't have a lane open until 8:30." We're like, "Are you kidding me?" And I'm like, "I guess bowling is doing pretty well." So then she came back out to tell me, and I'm like, "That's too late. We can't be out that late by the time we do it, because it's the Groupon is for 2 hours of bowling. So we can't have our kid bowling till 10:30 and then drive home.
Yeah.
That'd be real fun." So anyway, then I go back in and I talked to the guy, and I was like, "Well, can we like reserve a lane for later on?" And like the next time I was able to reserve was for a midweek. He said weekends you can't reserve and it's all full. It was midweek, like in the evening, and so we got to drive out there after school. So we're gonna drive out like a week from this Wednesday to go bowling.
So your son can,
so he can have a bowling experience. But the thing is, I remember
how
a time.
does he even know what bowling is?
He reads books and sees TV shows, and we talk about stuff. I mean, he's not like cloistered. He sees the world, and he sees pictures of us having gone, but he doesn't remember it because he was so little. So, but the crazy part is, I remember when we were a kid, there was a time when like bowling was falling off the face of the earth. Bowling alleys were going out of business. Now apparently,
bowling was always a thing. From like I was big bowling in high school.
Yeah, but I mean, like as far as overall popularity, it went through a big slump for a while when I was a kid.
Yeah, I don't know.
And now, like, it's so busy that you have to like make an appointment a week and a half.
Big Lebowski.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
I think it's like
that probably didn't hurt. So anyway, we're going bowling in a week and a half. So that was that. That was great.
Bumpers?
I don't know. I guess
no kid of mine does bumpers.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, that makes it fun for them.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It's also like you're not learning the agony of defeat.
Yeah, you can still get it in the gutter if you try hard. If you get it right at the end there. Not every gutter or not every bumper ball is a strike.
I thought it was funny when we were playing that game with Luke and Audrey, and they were like getting upset because we were doing so bad in the co-op mode.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this is. They're like, what do you guys do? Like, I'll go Brendo, and I'm like, we're trying. Like, they're getting mad because we're dying.
Well, they'll do that because they play through a lot of games, and they'll ask me to like help them on an end boss. So they get to the end boss, they try fighting it, and they have like 2 bars of health left, and like, Dad, it's hard, and they pause it and hand it to me, and then I unpause, and it like instantly kills me. Like, Dad. I'm like, what did you expect me to do? I haven't been playing. I don't know how to beat this guy.
Like getting all cranky about us dying.
Yeah,
like,
we've had to talk about this. Like, if you want me to help you, you got to like hand it to me beforehand. Let me get used to the controls for a second.
We're not genius.
And then like figure out how to beat him. And it might take me a couple times. It's an end boss. I play video games and they're still challenging to me sometimes. Anyway,
should make him play the water level in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Like, how do you like it?
This is how it used to be. But he's played a lot of those. He's played like original Legend of Zelda and stuff.
Yeah, but Zelda's one thing. Give him Battletoads.
Well, those are just impossible, though.
That's what I'm saying.
But Zelda's tough.
Give him Zelda 2.
Zelda 2. He has Zelda 2.
Yeah, but how far is he getting?
He's gotten like to the first temple. He hasn't beaten it yet.
That's pretty good. Though.
Yeah. I'm telling you, he's amazing. Do you want to know what he did this week?
The first time my brother and I ever called the Nintendo hotline was trying to beat the first. So we can even beat the horse guy.
Yeah. Oh, because you don't know. Yeah, can only hit him on the head. But you don't know that. Now it's obvious.
So what did you do this week?
So he's like playing DS in the back. And I was like, what are you playing? He's like, Pokemon Picross. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, I caught a bunch of guys. He's like, figured out how to do Picross.
How do you figure out?
I don't know. I'm like, how do you do it? And he's like, well, I do it in the line, and if it's gray, I know it already has enough there. And like, he's like explaining me how he like solves them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I haven't gotten to sit down and watch him do it yet, but he's beaten like the first like 6 or 7 levels of Pokemon Picross, like past the training thing.
Wow.
I don't know. I think he might be like
I can't decipher what I wrote.
Okay, what do you got here?
I wrote free and clear. Now I don't know what that means.
Well, you don't have
free and clear. What was I thinking about? What did I do last week? That'd be free and clear.
This is one of the things that we've had troubles with.
Flaming globes.
Flaming globes. I did this on.
What's your Mandarin Orange Show one?
I finally
the
just
fight
took it
is
off.
on.
The fight is on. Something like that. And I'm like, I don't. But it's not even in the
Free
fight
and
section.
clear.
It was
What
like
am
in
I?
the.
Free and clear.
I don't know. I finally deleted the other one because there's no way I'm ever going to remember it.
Oh. Would it be because? Well, I got paid.
Okay, that could be it.
And then I paid off some money that I owed to my old credit union.
Yeah.
And now maybe I'm free and clear of that old credit union.
All right, that's good.
And now I'm.
That at least lets you use the phrase anyway.
First credit union.
I have a feeling it was something else because I think you would have had a better story.
Paid my bills.
That's good.
I don't know what that is.
I have no
free
idea.
And clear. Something.
Whatever it is. See,
you're so
free and clear. You don't even know what it was.
It freed my mind.
Truly
and cleared the ether of that. And then the bummer is no field trip.
Are they canceled it or you don't get to go?
They canceled me from the field trip.
How come?
Because a parent wanted to go.
Those dang parents.
They wanted to go. And then I wanted to be like, most parents I've seen make bad chaperones because they just follow their kid around.
Oh, because Janelle just went on this field trip today. Like half the parents are like, "Oh, can I take my kid home now?" And they're like, "No, we're like at school. We're on a field trip. You can't just go."
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bummer.
So, yeah, it's fine, I guess.
They gave you a field trip and they took. When are they going?
Wednesday.
Okay. I couldn't remember after I talked to you what day you said, and then Janelle said she's going Monday. I'm like, maybe it's the same day, but now it doesn't matter.
No, and now I got these projects to do, and it's like,
still good though.
Oh, it's totally
okay. Good. Okay,
it's just like I have a lot of work to do.
Okay, well, so
keeping me busy.
Get it done at least,
and it's good work. It's totally good. It's totally good. I'm not even.
That is awesome.
Still, I'm trying to figure out what free and clear means.
Free. We got to come back to. I'm telling you, you are so free and clear.
Free and
you
clear.
Just don't even know.
Crap. What the heck, man? I'm racking my brain on that now. Because I'm like, what did I do? Oh, you know, it was this weekend, and
what's that? Music and Arts Festival.
Music and Arts Festival. Because on Sunday, I wanted to go to I wanted to go to Lopez Tacos right up there.
Yeah.
You know that place?
I haven't been there yet,
dude. If you go there and sit at the counter, you get chips and salsa, and they're like fresh. Homemade chips.
Nice.
They're the best chips. So I woke up on Sunday and I'm like, I want those chips. And so I go and then
still open.
And then I was like, well, then I start driving up there and I was like, road's closed. And I was like, oh crap. But then I found a spot like right by there, but like it was really crowded.
Oh, I'm sure.
And there was a guy singing Elton John covers.
Yeah.
He sang Rocket Man and he sounded exactly like Elton John. It was amazing.
We were gonna go to it.
I ate those chips. And found out, even though it wasn't on the menu, they made a California burrito. And it was delicious.
Nice. That's your go-to.
Chips.
Well, we were going to go to it, and then we did our spontaneous trip on Saturday, so then we went, I'm not going ever.
Didn't see Starship.
Did you see Starship?
I didn't.
You didn't build that city?
Well, we were apparently on Saturday night, and I was...
Yeah. I kind of felt, too, like... If it was a band that we hadn't just seen last 4th of July.
Yeah, we saw them on 4th of July, and then like what I like about you guys, I guess.
Yeah.
What I like about knots. Remember
that?
Yeah,
I could play all day.
Yeah.
I could go up, down, all around, in and out, all you could take. Yeah. That's a TV commercial.
Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown. Yep.
You know what he likes about knots.
It works. That's the same as like the Golden Grams. Imagine me and you.
Oh my gosh.
So happy. I can't get enough of honey and graham cracker crunch. The Golden Grams. Yeah. I didn't even know that was a real song until like years later. Why are they taking the Golden Grams
Chicken Little song? Chicken Littles. Chicken Littles. They had a couple different ones. Yeah. They had one that was Doo-Wah Diddy. Chicken Littles, just 39 cents. Like now they're $1. They're like over $1.
Interest.
And it's not the same. Because I remember Chicken Little was like a little chicken sandwich. Now it's like this weird, it's got like pickle on it and stuff. Yeah. It's not the same thing.
Not the same.
Okay, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I'm having a major beef with the KFC down the street from my school.
Okay.
But I refuse. I don't know what they're doing, but it's driving me crazy.
What?
Okay. So I've gone a few times. They got that $5 box, man. It's a great deal.
Yeah.
And I go, I get the $5 box, and my thing is I like to go and then I eat in my car because I can listen to podcasts.
Right.
And so I park my car down the street, and then I look in and no spork.
No spork.
So like, how am I gonna eat those freaking mashed potatoes?
You're gonna lick them out of the cup.
I totally did that, but it was a little bit painful because they're hot.
Yeah. Plus, like the beer does not help with licking stuff out.
Yeah. Well, I had to do what I had to do.
You got to do it. You got to get those taters.
So then, a few days later, this is like the next week, go back through, and then I make sure I'm like she hands me the bag, and I'm like, "Is there a fork in here?" She's like, "Yes, there's a fork in there." Get to the spot, open it up, no fork, and I'm like, "No way!" And I was gonna drive back, but then I'm like, "I gotta get back to work."
Now there is
because I'm like, I asked her,
and she said yes.
Said yes.
There is the finger option too. You can like scoop
I've done
it out
that,
with the
but it's
finger.
really hot.
Yeah,
but still, two times.
Asked.
The first time I thought, okay, first time just to. So now I'm like, but then I'm like, I don't want to drive all the way. I guess I need to like pre-bring a fork. Because like not having the fork, if they do it again through the drive-through,
they're targeting you at that point.
Because then I'm like, I should just go in. But then if I go in, I can't listen to podcasts.
We could like use headphones.
I don't like headphones.
I don't either.
I feel like my ears are like destroying. I feel like I don't know.
Mine are already bad enough.
I think I'm finally feeling that. What happened to years of going to shows because like you know how I said like my ears were like popping and like so weird. I'm like I think that's like I'm like I think this is like permanent.
It's just
like,
going.
It's like how it is forever, and I'm like I guess even with the ear protection.
Yeah, I was always pretty good about it, but now I mean it's not too bad. But like driving in the car, if the kids are talking quiet in the back seat, I can't understand them. And that's just the beginning. I mean, I know it's going to get worse, but
I've nodded at people a few times where I have no idea what I just heard. I was like,
you're pretty stupid, huh?
Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm scared to take a hearing test.
Oh yeah. Well, Janelle's done those like fake ones that are on your phone where it just plays the different tones, and I'm like an old man on those things.
I'm like, what if they're like, you need hearing aids?
Aren't we like the point in technology now where they can just like laser our eardrums or something? Can we get to that? Because I don't want to deal with that other stuff. I don't want tubes or something. Just laser me.
I just don't want to be deaf.
They can make blind people see again. They can't laser my eardrums or whatever. The cilia.
People see.
I'm just saying some.
Well, I don't know. It's weird.
You're free and clear.
Free and clear. What the freak is that?
Free and clear of spoons in your bag.
I don't know, man. I don't know what that is. What else did I do this weekend? I ate at the Mexican food place.
Well, there's your episode right there. Your episode title is Free and Clear.
Book corner. Currently still reading Name of the Wind. I'm like 50% done. It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool.
And how's S going?
I finished the chapter of the book and now I'm going back.
Nice.
And it's good.
Good stuff still.
Yeah. I'm like wondering like what's gonna happen with like both stories.
So from the part that I read, it's great. So I want to read it again.
I hope nobody gets killed. If it's like then it's like what if they're writing out like I'm stabbed. I just got stabbed. Bleh.
Dying.
Bleh.
Bleh.
All right, what about you? You finished?
All right.
Oh no, these are
that was from last week. But so I finished reading Bossy Pants, which is the Tina Fey book.
Yeah, that's good.
It's fantastic. It's super funny. If you think she's funny at all, it's great.
Yeah.
I was like one of those where you laugh a lot out loud type of thing, but also, she had some good stuff to say. I did lol. And then
Raffle?
I didn't raffle. I SOTL.
What's that?
Sat on the toilet laughing.
Oh. Okay.
Yes, because that's where I read it. And I read that, and I didn't read any more of Harry Potter this week.
What about the Nose Pickers?
Oh, we're almost done with Nose Pickers from Outer Space. It's great.
Yeah.
Gordon Corman, kids like it.
I recommended a Gordon Corman book in the library.
Did you? Which one?
I don't know. There's one that was just sitting there. Oh no, it was one of the On the Run books. So I was like, you should read this series.
Nice.
Boom.
That is a good recommendation.
I also recommended because there's a bunch of kids talking about Hunger Games, so I was like, "Have you guys read her other series?" And they're like, "There's another series."
Yeah.
And the librarian's like, "Wow, you know about Gregory the Overlander?" I'm like, "Heck yeah, I've read them all." She's like, "Yeah, you should get the kids to read those because I've been trying to get them to read them."
Did you tell her about our book club at all?
No.
You should tell her.
It's a little embarrassing.
Why? It's cool.
My friend and I read all these. Like, she was kind of impressed that I'm like, "Ooh, Lemonade War." I really like it. She's like, "You've read the Lemonade War?"
You're just gonna wonder. You got to tell her why. She'll think you're a weirdo.
I guess I should.
I don't know. You don't have to, but I think it's cool. She could follow our book club.
So
just like you guys can go to Goodreads and
link that.
And
RadioBrendo.com.
Follow the Goodreads link.
Join a book club. Just says book club.
That's right.
You should sign up for Goodreads and you can be our friends on there. Yeah. Our reading.
Follow along. I'm probably got to get this train moving again here.
Really got to get that train moving.
I've been reading these other. I finished all the other ones I was like half reading and finished that. So now I'll just focus on Harry Potter.
I have no new movies. Do you have new movies?
I'm not seeing any new movies. Watch some TV shows.
I've watched a lot of TV shows. WWE Network. I finished all the Total Divas that they had on the WWE Network. No, because there's a season 5 which is on Hulu that they haven't put on WWE Network yet.
Is it like, do you have to like catch up, or is it all on there?
Well, it's all on there.
See, that's what they should do.
But once it's done, because then next season starts. They haven't said when it's going to start. I think it's going to start in the fall.
Okay.
Because I think they're filming it right now. But so I watched all the ones at WWE Network. So they put up a bunch of SmackDown like for the years, and one of the years they've had up, I guess it's been up for a while. I didn't notice. It's 2002 and 2003, which is home of. This is a quick little wrestling tidbit.
All right.
But there's a famous era in SmackDown history, and it was Paul Heyman who was the booker at the time. And the SmackDown 6.
Okay.
SmackDown 6, there were 3 tag teams, and they were awesome. And it was Edge and Rey Mysterio, Chris Benoit and Kurt Angle, and the Guerreros, Eddie Guerrero and Chavo Guerrero Jr. And any combination of them, they were feuding and they were fighting each other, and there was this amazing matches, amazing storylines. So you can go and watch in order, and it's really cool watching a period. And a young rookie by the name of John Cena.
Really?
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Huh.
So I've been watching that, and it's weird and sad watching because 2 of the SmackDown 6, 2 of my favorite wrestlers, Chris Benoit, who I've talked about before, the one that killed his family and killed himself, and Eddie Guerrero, who died very young also. So it's bittersweet watching them, but they were so good. Like I watched them do a promo together on this last episode that I was watching. I'm like, oh my gosh, they were the best. They were the best. And like just it's cool going back and watching these. And also there's like old weird commercials for stuff. Which always
fun.
The
commercials on there?
There's like some things where because they have their not like commercials, but they would do like little promos like this is sponsored by JVC Kaboom Box. Like these
That's funny.
Like some weird fight, all these weird toys, like late 90s. No, this is like 2001, 2002. But even some of the older, they had like there was some Raw where they were advertising. Did you ever have those? I think they were called Spinjas.
I don't know. Like they fly up?
You like shot them out and they like spun around. They were like little tops.
I don't know if I had the official ones, but I had probably.
So there was like one. There was like a little commercial for those.
Because the kids have gotten ones like that.
And then there'll be like old food commercials, like old Pizza Hut commercials. Just fun. That's another fun reason to watch some of those old stuff, like the old commercials.
You like old commercials.
And then NXT has been great. Mostly watching Shinsuke Nakamura. He's doing good. He's getting things going. Lucha Underground, it's great. It's been a really good. Lorenzo Lamas made. He's like a character in the. There's like they're in the storyline.
Okay.
So
more of you. Can we see more of you in this?
There's a couple times where you can see me I mean, because I've been in the front row,
Right.
towards the front row, so but not as much so far lately. But yeah, but I'm in the whole rest of the season. We're approaching Ultima Lucha, so there's some good matches coming up. And again, it's cool to watch how they put the little stories together.
You haven't seen that stuff.
Yeah. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has been freaking amazing.
Really,
this
good.
last, I think was that the season finale?
It might have been.
I don't know, but there was like the whole like mission. Then there was the secret mission that they like, you find out like later, and like then like the whole thing with Lash, and like, oh my gosh, it was very emotional. It was really good. Everything about it was great. Holy crap.
It's amazing.
Holy crap.
Also, it was very much tied into Captain America, Civil War.
So now we're in a post-Civil War universe. They were talking about the Accords and all that other stuff, and it tied directly in. Like, oh, dude, it was so great. So awesome. Game of Thrones, holy crap, like stuff is happening. There was a really funny Game of Thrones sketch on SNL that was pretty, where there's like, because, so like they've been teasing that like, Jon Snow got killed, and then they were like gonna like, spoiler alert, well, that's, I don't know, whatever. Everybody's talking about it.
Okay.
And then they were gonna, like, they've been teasing they're gonna bring him back, but like, it's been very slow. And there's also like, there was like a sketch where I think it was like Cecily Strong, one of the other, like, all right, we know, just get on with it, just because they're like background characters. They're just like, come on already, just bring them back to life. Like, oh, it was pretty funny.
All right,
but Game of Thrones, awesome. Goldberg's
episode.
Season, that was season finale. Yes.
Yeah, I guess all the shows are coming.
So good. The shirt, the big orange shirt, and Lainey and Beverly working together.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, and then like the Goldberg gang, so the Bloodhound gang, and
Solving crimes.
This really the treehouse thing, and
so good. It's a great show. That didn't get canceled, did it?
No.
Thank goodness.
Oh, I can handle it.
Oh no!
You know what else didn't get canceled? Thank goodness.
Oh, I'm not up to date. I didn't watch.
You're not up to date. Oh my god! I cried so much.
No, don't tell me. Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
Well, we can talk about. You watched the last
one,
which we didn't talk about that one.
Right.
Jason Sudeikis may or may not be sick.
Yes. And he leaves, and it was really, really good.
But this one,
I know. Don't say. I don't know anything.
Holy caca!
I didn't get a chance to.
Holy caca!
So good though. No, that was the season finale.
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. Hope not.
Okay.
Holy crap! Oh, the show's amazing.
Yeah, it is. And every episode just changes the game.
And then SNL, Brie Larson last week, and then Drake this week.
I watched some of the stuff from Brie Larson. I haven't watched any from this week.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think I finished this week's. Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
I got through most of it, and then I
feel like the music guest too.
He does both, yeah.
That's always kind of a hit and miss for me.
I thought he did some cool like stage work that I was kind of impressed with, but I'm not really into his music.
But I just find like even if like somebody you like, when they do both, a lot of times you kind of get a halfway.
Yeah, I think, but he does his stuff is funny.
Okay, well,
they did this Black Jeopardy where he plays like a Black Canadian guy, and like they're like, there's no Black people in Canada. like I don't know what you're saying because he's Canadian.
Oh, okay.
Drake's Canadian. He was on Degrassi. I'm saying he was an actor first, so that's where he does have some chops.
Like Wheels Ontario.
But yeah, so it was good. Brie Larson's great. She's amazing.
That was really good.
She's so good.
The
room
stuff
with the room stuff and then thing with her, and then just the stuff with her mom and
yeah, it was really good.
She's great.
You haven't watched The Room still, right?
Nope.
Oh shit.
I mean, I read the Amazon excerpt of the book, so I got the gist.
So good. Just you should watch it sometime.
Bob's Burgers. Are you caught up on that?
Yes, that's the the horse camp one.
And then the last week was the crap.
The one before it was the boy band.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, the Boys
what
for
do they
Now.
call it? Boys for Now, yeah.
And oh my god, that was amazing. Yeah. And then this one, Paul Rudd And what's our imaginary horse's name?
Oh, I can't remember now, but he was super funny.
And Paul Rudd.
And then the restaurant camp where she has
Restaurant
him, like,
camp
oh my gosh.
and horse camp.
So
And then
good.
she's like riding her imaginary horse. And
they get rid of fries for a while, and Teddy freaks out. He sneaks in fries from across the street.
What are you getting fries? Get it together, Bob. Teddy, it's been 2 hours. Get it together.
Do you have any chips?
And then I love how Jimmy Pesto just comes in with Andy and Ollie.
Just dumps his kids off. Yeah. That was so
Andy
good.
and Ollie are still the best. And then the moment, and then it like makes it even better when you realize that it's Sarah Silverman and her sister.
They had a really good, I was going to try to remember, the pun at the beginning this week, too, for the, I forget what it was now, but it was a really good pun this week, too, on the storefront.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like one of my favorite storefront ones, but now I can't remember it.
All right, then I was looking at other Hulu stuff. There's a bunch of new Hulu stuff.
You're watching
the OC.
Okay.
I've never watched it before.
I guess I'm surprised you haven't. It seems like right up your alley.
I was going to Central, and I couldn't even keep up with Dawson's at that point.
Yeah.
So I couldn't start a new one.
What did you think?
The first one, I think I'd watched the first one before because Mike watched it, so I know I've seen a few episodes.
Right.
So, but it is crazy because I remember it broke a lot of bands.
Right, yeah.
And listening to this, I was like, because I'm listening to these songs, I'm like, wait, when was this? And I'm like, they were playing All American Rejects like 6 months before their album came out. So I'm like, they're breaking bands.
Yeah, and they did that all through its run, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, that was like a huge thing. Was like getting your music on like the OC did a lot of. The song by Phantom Planet, the California song. But then because I was like, wait a minute, when did this show come out? Because I'm like, I know when this song is they were on top of that. Like that's probably one of the reasons why they got big.
Speaking of Dawson, the Kimmy Schmidt with Joshua Jackson was amazing.
I forgot about that one.
Oh my gosh. We finally caught up on that. Watched all that.
So good.
Amazing.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
So I started watching the OC. I only watched one episode because then I saw that they added more. They added all Saved by the Bell, including the college years, which is awesome because they only made so few college years DVDs. Because anybody who's honest about it, the college years kind of
no one really actually wanted to watch them.
And so the DVDs are really expensive. You only buy them secondhand on Amazon for $70.
Okay, so now you get to see them.
Yeah, so the colleges, but also the movies are on here. So there's the Saved by the Bell Hawaiian Style, which took place when they were in high school.
Okay,
and then Saved by the Bell Wedding in Vegas, which is the last thing they ever did.
Huh.
And they're and they filmed it it was right before Tiffany Amber Thiessen already has her 90210 boobs. It was right before that. And so I had only watched it once, when it was on, because it was a 4-part episode.
Right.
And so I started watching it. It is cuckoo bananas. Because it's really serious.
And Saved by the Bell.
It's really weird. I've only watched the first part, but it's so weird. And I can't. April Richardson told me personally that she is gonna do this episode at some point. And I'm like, I cannot wait because it's so crazy.
That's awesome.
But it's on there. So if you're Saved by the Bell fans, and then this came on just right after a show.
Okay.
And I started watching it, but Workaholics.
I recognize the name. I don't think
it's these 3 guys that work in an office and live together, and they're stoners, and it's just dumb. It's pretty funny.
Okay.
I laughed. It's got office humor, but for a younger generation of office humor.
That's always good.
It's funny, and I will still never forget when I was with Benson and Chris, and we mistook them for Tough Boys, and we were so tripped up by the situation that I'm 90% certain that they were inviting us to come hang out with them, but because we were so jostled by the fact that we thought they were dudes coming to beat us up, that we just kept going to our hotel room. We could have hung out with those dudes.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
He really liked my shirt. I forgot what shirt I was wearing. I think I was wearing my Goonies shirt.
You get a lot of good compliments on a Goonie shirt.
But anyways, Workaholics. And then I already said, now I'm switched to Hulu for Total Divas
Season.
for the last season 5.
All right.
And then they're going to air season 6 will be on Hulu as it's happening. So I'll be all caught up.
Sweet. All right. Well, in addition to the things we already talked about that I watched,
I want to hear about this.
I did finish. Well, that's the one from last time.
Oh,
Race to Escape is the escape room one, which I didn't watch any more of.
Oh, is it not? What is it on?
It's on the Science Channel, and Matthew bought the season on Google Play.
On Google Play.
So I don't know. There's probably other places. Who knows?
Dude, I had like I looked and I had forgotten because I also did. There was a thing where they gave Google Play money on forgot what day it was. I was up to 25.
Well, that's why he did. He said he had a bunch of credits and he had to find something.
You gotta download if you have an Android phone. You gotta download the Google Rewards app because you just take surveys and
you get stuff.
And I seriously had $25. So Jensen has a book coming out that sounds awesome. If you can look it up on. Go to jensenkarp.com, but it sounds awesome because it's about he was a rapper for a brief period of time. So it's about that. It's just about his other career. But anyways, I pre-ordered it with that Google credit.
That's cool.
Boom. But yeah, so.
Well, anyway, so we finished Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt all the way through.
So
it was fantastic.
Oh my gosh.
You were right though. My favorite was the fake songs.
Yeah. But Titusville.
Titusville is great. Well, yeah, the whole the way that all came together.
But dude, those songs.
Oh, was it? Instead of Walking on Sunshine, it was Tripping on Daylight or something like that. And then, of course, my favorite is
I'm convinced
I could swim. Pretty sure that I've got a fin. The kids have been walking around singing that because that's how much I've been walking around singing it.
Ski.
And then there's I'm freaking out. I don't know, just so many good ones. That's great. So I love that show. It was really good. So then after we finished that, we started. Well, we watched through the most recent Mindy project.
Oh yeah.
Because there's
new ones.
They finished off the season on Hulu, right? So they had first half and then it got canceled, and it's okay, but they the restart of it. I don't know. I guess spoilers. I don't know if anyone cares, but they're kind of going. Well, I'll just say they're doing a last season of The Office type of thing, where the relationships that they've been building the entire time, now they're that's not what they would do, or Friends or Scrubs, where no, we've already gone through this, and now they're trying to convince us they're breaking up. It's dumb. So there's still funny stuff in it, but the overall storyline is not satisfying. So. I don't know. I still like Mindy. I think it's funny, but I've already seen that. They shouldn't have broken them up. It's dumb. And then we finished that, and so now we're finally watching through the third season of Kroll Show.
Oh, finally!
And it's amazing because Janelle and I were watching it together, and then we got
they started doing the crossover started getting.
It already has been. It just has been.
But as the season ends. Okay,
we're only a couple seasons into season 3.
Have you gotten to the LA Deli with Niece Denise?
No.
Oh, dude. I haven't gotten that far. LA Deli with Niece Denise.
Deli.
It's the best. It might be my favorite because, again, as they start finishing the show, they start having just to get the craziest crossovers you can imagine.
Well, the whole season 2 finale is great when they find that Niece Denise has been living in a party in a doghouse or something like that, but in within a party. And then it's I'm definitely looking for my Niece Denise or for my Aunt Liv. Oh, she's great. She's super funny. So that's been fun. That's pretty much it for this week.
I really wish I could have gone to Oh Hello in LA.
Oh Hello. Oh, when they go to the doctor and he has mercury poisoning and he's would you say I've had too much tuna? She's yeah, you definitely eaten more fish than you should.
That. Oh my God,
but would you say it was too much tuna? Yeah, you've eaten too much fish for sure. But is it too much sand? And then they have it delivered to her. She's I don't understand. I love it. I love it. Or when they prank each other and they're like, "Oh, that's funny. There's no guest here," and then they deliver it. No, that's too much tuna for you. I love too much tuna. It's the dumbest thing, and it's so brilliant. Actually, that's one other thing I actually watched on Netflix. I've had it on the background. I can't think of his name. What's the guy's name that plays the other guy? Not Kroll, but the other guy.
John Mulaney.
John Mulaney. He did stand up on Netflix, and I watched that, and it was really funny.
There's a new Patton Oswalt one on there that I want to watch. There's a Marin special on something. I forgot what it is.
I've watched some of his, but
Thinky
special.
Pain.
Yeah.
But there's like a new one that he did, but it's on something else. I think it's on Epix.
You know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time.
It's time. It's time. It's Marmaduke time.
Oh, I think I'm just glancing at this. I think we might be into some good territory here.
All right.
All right, here we go. It's Marmaduke time. So Marmaduke's with the two kids, and they're reading a big sign that says Christmas play practice, 3 to 5 p.m., reindeer wanted. And the girl says, I know who would be perfect for that part. You mean, yes, Marmaduke. And they come running over to him with a helmet that's got like reindeer antlers on it. And they put it on him, and he looks like he's okay with it so far. And they're all, he's perfect. Yeah. And then they say, but he can fly like Santa's reindeer.
No.
And then he jumps. Is he flying?
What?
I don't understand. He's perfect, but he can fly. I feel like that's a really weird leap there. Because now he's like jumping through the air over the kids.
Jumping.
And then he ka-wump slams into what I'm assuming is the teacher, and all the like papers and her glasses are flying up in the air. He smashes in hard. And so the last shot is him, and it says Christmas play tonight, and it says check your hat, 10 cents. And Marmaduke's sitting there, and they're using his antlers as like a hat rack.
That's inhumane.
And he's looking all depressed and sad.
They're torturing Marmaduke.
So they're back to torturing Marmaduke again.
They're using him as a hat rack.
Yeah. Except, and then I didn't see this. There's a little dog that's playing the reindeer on the stage there. So the little dog got the job, and he's being tortured in the corner. But this part in the middle like weirds me out. He's perfect, but he can fly? Is he supposed to be flying? Is he just jumping?
I think that might be, it should be, but can he fly?
It doesn't make sense, right? Like that's not a natural progression of dialogue.
Because he can't fly.
But he's jumping through the air. I don't understand. I guess there is the other dog there that's a reindeer. I guess they need more of a reindeer.
But he can fly.
But he can fly.
I don't get it.
It says he's perfect, yeah, but he can fly. That's not the natural progression of what would...
writing error.
That's wrong, right? He can't fly.
But can he fly?
But can he fly? That would make sense.
But not with an exclamation point.
No, I don't understand. So here we have...
He's dead. We can't get any clarification.
He's being tortured. So
he is.
But we also have like a major, like, just, I don't know, Marmaduke jumps. I guess he's being punished because he bumped into the lady?
Because he's not a good flyer.
But he can fly. So Marmaduke can fly. I'm going to take it as that. Because it shows him flying here.
Let me see this.
I don't know. This is a confusing one.
He totally is flying.
And they say he can fly like Santa's reindeer. But he can fly like Santa's reindeer. That doesn't make sense, right? Like I feel like there's like 6 panels that are missing in the middle somehow.
Maybe it got edited.
I mean, maybe it did. Because it says he's perfect. Yeah, but he can fly.
Oh, it's that little scribble dog.
Yeah.
That's
Scribble Dog
nemesis.
is one. Yeah.
His nemesis,
all the good stuff.
Scribble Dog. And he's like, they're torturing him. He's
all depressed. Yeah. They're throwing stuff at him. Plus, it costs 10 cents to check your hat.
He better be getting that money.
I don't know. This one, so they're torturing him. And he can fly, and the writing makes no sense.
All right.
That's a weird one. That's one of those where he's like, it's a Christmas one, right? He's like, I gotta get home for Christmas. I don't know. Make him jump or something.
Make him jump.
Cool. We're good. That's done. Comic written. Go to bed.
But Marmaduke is a tortured soul.
But he's also
sneak that in.
Yeah, you gotta hide him in the corner and have people throw hats at him.
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for this week. Make sure you go to radiobrendo.com and check out all the stuff there.
Yeah.
Check out our deals.
Thanks for listening.
BenviewNetwork.com and
be free and clear.
Be free and clear. What was last time's episode?
Last one is Welcome Back, Craig.
Welcome back, Craig.
This one's free and
I
clear.
gotta write that down because I will forget that.
That's good.
Free and clear. I will not forget.
Definitely. Well, or you hope you won't forget. You forgot it once.
Oh no.
What if you forget again? You better write it down.
No, I forgot the first one. I didn't
yeah.
write it down. I didn't forget free and clear.
Okay. But you forgot what it means.
I did. Still don't know what that means.
I don't know. Maybe someone will help you. I like that you came up with a bank story to try to fit it, but that's totally not the one you were going to come up with.
I don't know. I know I had something when I wrote that. I was in a hurry because I didn't know when you were coming here. Well, anyways, go to radiobrendo.com.
Do all the stuff.
Do all the stuff.
Make sure you let us know if you're going to come to the live show.
Yeah.
Especially our SoCal folks.
Do that.
Keep us posted.
So for Radio BrendoMan, I'm Brendan Creecy.
And I'm Phil Vecchio.
Have a good one, everybody.
Steve Espinoza joined. What's going on? Just for the end of it here.
Say Project 231.
Hey.
We're having fun.
231. We're having fun. He's in the chat. Can you imagine that?
Stop it.
Oh, man. You coming to Big Bear, Steve? Probably hard on a Sunday. Probably got to work. First one is Welcome Back, Craig. Now I got to work. All right.
And
figured as much.
Free and clear. Free and clear. What was I thinking about?
I don't know. I think it's awesome
What
that
did
you
I
can't
do
remember.
at work?
I'm just glad I'm not the only one that did that.
Free and
No
clear.
idea.
Maybe my bank. I got paid. Free and
I
clear.
just don't see why you would have written free and clear just by getting paid.
I'm free and clear on that road of life, maybe.
I don't know.
Now that I got a steady paycheck.
It's probably some really funny joke and you'll never remember it.
Ah! What else was I talking about? Oh, I know what it was.
What?
I am free and clear of World of Warcraft.
Oh.
I did not play it after
Okay.
free and clear.
Well, now for the post show.
That's
Steve,
what the free and clear
Steve's
is.
the only one that gets to know that here.
Yeah, I spent like 5 minutes during the show trying to figure out why I had put free and clear in my Brendo stuff.
And now you know. Well, that's good
free and
news.
clear of World of Warcraft. I did not even.
Who was I just? Someone was talking to me.
Well, Derek was making fun of me.
No, but someone was like, "Oh no, is Brendan on that? Is Brendan gonna get back in?" Who was I talking to? Maybe it was just Matthew. Is he gonna be okay? Do we need to do something?
You never had to intervene.
I know, but you know, could happen. I've seen it. I've had to do it before, not with you, but other people.
I could always balance. There were some times where I definitely was on the
You're
edge.
on the other side there.
But yeah, I always made it back over. But yeah, I didn't even open it back up.
It's probably good. You probably don't
I
need
was
that.
like, it wasn't that fun.
Well, the fact that you're like trying to figure out if you were having fun probably points to like, nah, you don't really need
I'm
that.
fine.
Am I having fun doing this? I don't know.
I don't know. Is this a good thing? I don't like this.
I don't know. Pretty sure. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out for a little bit, Steve.
We gotta go to bed.
It's bedtime. Bedtime for Brendo.
Bedtime.
That's
for
good.
Brendo.
That should be one of your songs. Bedtime for Brendo.
Anything big happen? I don't know.
On the show? Lots.
My head exploded.
We read a lot of letters. And
Read your letter.
That's right.
And that's it.
Okay. No, the first episode, that pretty much was it.
That is.
We read letters until the end.
Oh, I gotta stop the broadcast. So later, YouTube.
Good night.